Mercedes and Rolls-Royce rigs, totally ignoring the beaters and the hoopties. Perhaps if these pretend bears had raided some beaters with food in the back seat, they'd have thrown authorities off the case. Doublebee's is a bear-free zone where you can sign up and pay with your Exxon credit card, which will get you 10 cents off a gallon at the pump. Pumps that are secure for your use. Doublebee's. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Doublebee's.
Be a part of a new era of Razorback football under Coach Silverfield. Join the Razorback Foundation for as little as $50 for priority access to tickets, parking, and exclusive events with coaches and players. Text JOIN to 479-349-4313 or visit RazorbackFoundation.com. That's JOIN to 479-349-4313. As a Razorback Foundation member, you'll experience a lifetime full of Razorback memories. Go Hogs!
You ready? Let's go!
You're in the zone. Arkansas's longest-running midday sports talk show, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort.
20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name.
With your hosts, Justin Acri and Phil Elson, on the Buzz Radio Network.
Feels so unlike everybody else, alone in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise.
Road at the University of Central Arkansas as they kick off their UCA men's basketball summer shootout and basketball camps. Visit UCAMBBSummerCamps.com for dates and availability. Now, back to our water boys, Justin Acri and Phil Elson on 103.7 The Buzz.
Every day with you, it's something else, you know?
Good.
Yeah, I guess.
He's got a mind of
You
his
are
own.
a peach. Yeah.
He's out of control.
He doesn't, actually. That's the whole thing about shots. He absolutely doesn't have a mind of his own. That's what's so amusing.
So I can't wait to see what it is. This will test Moose's creativity tomorrow when we're actually in studio and he doesn't have like one of these things that we're on the road.
Smart alecky liners to run.
Exactly. Well, he got to have to create one out of thin air.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's okay. I'm not offended much.
Yet.
We're in Conway today, and we are getting set for, I think it'll be a fun day.
You sure?
Yeah, I think it's going to be good.
Well, I'm having fun just watching basketball right now.
Yeah, we're at the UCA Summer Shootout. It's a team camp, 16 teams from all over the place. And one of the places is Poto, Oklahoma. That's one of the teams that's on the floor right now. But we're going to talk to a few of the coaches from around the state today, and we're looking forward to that. Should be a great time. And then we're going to talk to John Shulman, too, who's hanging out. And then we're going to talk about what happened last night with the NBA. We're going to talk about what's going on in Major League Baseball or whatever else you want to talk about. We got the NHL Finals continuing tonight, so that's important, I suppose.
This Brendan Sorsby situation.
The Brendan Sorsby situation. Disgusting, I tell you.
Well, there's the disgusting aspect of it, but there's also just the reaction from across college athletics right now, in which, the teams that are really kind of stuck squarely in the bullseye, like, what are you going to do about this?
Right.
Are the rest of the members of the Big 12. Because right now the Big 10 apparently is talking about banning their teams from scheduling Texas Tech in anything.
Yes.
I think Georgia already has said they're going to do this. The athletic director came out and Josh Brooks said we're not going to schedule Texas Tech in anything. But what do the Big 12 members do about this? These are the people you want to hear from. And your Mark, the commissioner of the Big 12, because it feels like those are the only people that might actually have some recourse to maybe do something about this, because the NCAA now can't.
It's a bit of a problem. It's sticky. And there have been a lot of kids who have served, more than short suspensions because of gambling. And so it is quite the precedent that's being set here. And again, I think the other piece of the puzzle is, Phil, we got to talk about is we need to get this out of local control, because you cannot have Lubbock judges making decisions on athletes in Lubbock when they are probably or very likely to be either boosters or at least supporters of the program in some form or fashion, right?
Well, that's partially the point of this bill that Cruz and Cantwell are trying to get through Congress, is to give a partial antitrust, award partial antitrust to the NCAA so that they can just arbitrarily drop in rules about eligibility. But here's the other aspect of this. In what world in sports in the United States can you gamble and on the game that you're part of the team that's playing and still survive moving forward? Now, I guess this has happened before. If you look in the 60s, I think Alex Karras was banned for a year.
I didn't know that.
I forget the name of the
From being on Webster?
No, later on, I think that was just about ratings and the amount of money that ABC made through that. But, yeah, he was banned for a year, and I think there might have been a player for the Packers that was banned for a year because of either associating with gamblers or they might have gambled. I can't remember the entire story. But there has been evidence of, people banned for a year and then eventually end up coming back. It's just that they did have to pay some kind of a price, and Brendan Sorsby has not had to pay any kind of a price for, I guess the judge is talking about, well, if you don't let him play, well, that means that that he can't make a living. Be like, well, hold on a moment. I thought there are rules to how you're allowed to make a living depending on what industry you're in. Like if I'm right here, Justin, and I drop 5 F-bombs in a row, I probably am not allowed to work on the buzz anymore.
That's probably true.
So can I sue you guys if I get fired for dropping 5 F-bombs in a row?
It's great. I mean, it's a great analogy, honestly. Yeah, you do something that you absolutely know is without a question wrong, and yet you decide to do it anyway, and then you're offended or bothered by the fact that people want to hold you accountable for the rule that you clearly broke. So there's been a lot of backlash, not from the people with any balls or any any real, common sense. But you've got people like Georgia. They're considering apparently banning all their programs from playing Texas Tech at anything. And apparently it was sent out to their staff. So they're right now they're not allowed to schedule anybody from Texas Tech in any sport. Big Ten officials discussing in upcoming days a league-wide mandate not to schedule Texas Tech. And obviously it gets a lot stickier for the Big 12 because Texas Tech plays in that league. As far as the athletic director goes, I mean, I'm sure he's having conversations, or the commissioner goes, I'm sure he's having athletic director conversations with a bunch of different teams about what do we do here. As this says, they're set to have a conference call today with Brent Yormark, who's the commissioner. And in a statement, Yormark confirmed meetings will occur this week. It's unknown how much purview the league would have.
Man, Brent Yormark is a businessman. And when it comes right down to it, if the Big 12 were to step in and make Brendan Sorsby ineligible, Texas Tech has no quarterback to step in and actually play the position next year.
Well, they have a quarterback. It just won't be the one they want.
And he won't have any experience. That's what I'm saying. He won't be somebody that
Are you intimately familiar with their staff, with their roster?
I looked at their roster when they first signed him, and they're really, there's nobody really ready to step into the role. Maybe there's a freshman that can step in and play quarterback and hand it off and throw a couple of dinks and dunks. But the point is that if I think the way they're viewing this, Texas Tech does not have this quarterback. They become potentially an unwatchable team, which makes their inventory on the networks that the Big 12 puts their games on not as valuable as they're supposed to be. And therefore, that matters to somebody like Brett Yormark.
But let me say this. Just because you haven't played doesn't mean you can't play.
That's true. I mean, I'll give you that. That's true. I don't know.
They're going to field some kind of competitive team, regardless of who their quarterback is. Obviously, having Sorsby gives them a distinct advantage over what they look like without him. I'm not going to argue that.
But I also think that the Texas Tech, the school, is backing Sorsby. I don't know, to what extent. But without their backing, this injunction would not have happened. So there's an implication there that we need this kid to be our quarterback because this is the front door to our school. This is the porch. This is how we identify ourselves now. And a lot of schools do that way. But I to your point, you're right about that too. The unknown doesn't necessarily mean that you stink. It also means you can be whoever's back there might step in and be incredibly good.
Well, and I understand your side of it, too, on the business part of it. But at the same time, you've got to do what's right by the rest of your league teams.
Yes.
You got to do what's right there's a morality part of this whole deal too. It's like you expect your athletes to abide by a certain standard, and if they're not doing that and they're basically flaunting the rules, you have to hold them accountable, and you have to back that even if it does, in some way impair your product. And
I think the idea too that there can't be a statute of limitations on if you gambled on the sport you play in.
Yeah.
It's not a matter, well, he did this at Indiana. How are we supposed to know? Well, do your due diligence about this.
They've made kids sit. Iowa and Iowa State both had a scandal not too long ago. We know there are plenty of other one-offs where kids made bad decisions, and maybe not even as egregious as what he did where he was gambling on his own, game. So, anyway, the whole thing it stinks, and we'll see what they do. Now, we were asking yesterday, what does the NCAA do? Well, apparently they formally filed an appeal yesterday in Lubbock County. And according to documents, it says it's an accelerated appeal, but any formal judicial case, I'm reading the story from ESPN, any formal judicial case could end up occurring after Texas Tech plays the season. This is akin to the Sugar Bowl when, under the current rules, Ohio State players violated the NCAA rules on, again, what their behavior would be nothing today. But at the time, it was a violation of the rules. But to your point, the Sugar Bowl didn't want some second-rate Ohio State team. They wanted them all there. And I can remember a lot of Razorback fans who felt the same way. We don't want to play their backups. Yes, you do.
Yeah, you do.
You just want to win the Sugar Bowl. And they almost won it anyway. But
it's like a pocket veto. It's like, something that doesn't get voted on that gets killed because it just gets put away for a long time.
So they're going to play the season, and then it's going to get adjudicated, and then they're going to rule them ineligible, and then they're going to have they're going to go back and say, well, none of these games count. But it's like you already played the games. We already had the wins. We already had the losses. No one cares about
matter.
This whole vacating wins is just such nonsense.
Here's the thing about the Texas Tech situation that I think is amazing. And think about how you put it the other day when you're watching the finals, the softball finals. What was that? Texas Tech versus Texas?
Yeah.
Who are you rooting for?
Texas.
Who do you hate?
Texas.
Right. Texas Tech has made an incredible heel turn in the last 4 years. Because you remember the Michael Crabtree Texas Tech Red Raiders, where they beat Texas. It was like
fun.
this.
That was awesome.
They were fun. That's right. They were a Cinderella. They were the plucky little school that you could root for. Part of it was because Mike Leach was the head coach, but that was even when Chris Beard is taking them to the championship game of the Final Four, they were still that school.
Right.
They're not anymore.
No.
Now they're the school everybody hates.
Yes.
They've made a heel turn, like Hulk Hogan turning into Hollywood Hogan.
Right. It's like Victor Wembanyama, who was once a 7'4" beloved freak of an athlete from Paris, France, who now, or not Paris, but from France, and now is the most hated man in New York City. After one little shove on poor little Brunson last night, and the Spurs having the audacity to go to MSG last night and win Game 3. So let's dovetail into that, shall we? What a game last night. And I love it that it got a little chippy. We have a real damn series now, boys. And I'm pretty happy about it.
With Wembanyama, it just feel like, I understand there's chippiness, and I think he plays like that. But because his body is so different, I just don't know if he can control it in ways where he falls into somebody the way that he did yesterday, that it feels like he's thrown an elbow, where it's just really his body was moving that way, and elbows don't usually come in that direction. Anyway, and it did turn into a series yesterday. And you and I, Moose, were wrong that second game in San Antonio was must win.
I tried to tell you.
You sure did.
It was just can't lose. It wasn't must win. It was only can't lose.
This can't be a series where the road team wins every game. There's no way.
It would be neat, though.
That would be amazing.
All right, so we got some reaction to last night's game. We can play highlights a little bit later, I suppose. We got a couple of highlights from the game as well. But let's start with, I guess, some reaction here. Moose, walk me through this. I think I gave my my little clip sheet over to Phil. Maybe not, though. I don't know where it is. Nah, I don't know what I did. Anyway, let's start with the winners. To the winners go the sound bites. And we will talk to the victors. You got something from Wemby?
Yeah, we'll talk Wemby, and then after that, I can move into the Coach Johnson, the Spurs head coach. We'll
yes,
hear from him
we have
after.
not heard from him basically ever. And so, why not now? Let's go with it. I mean, hey, your team just won a game in the NBA Finals.
I thought we made some strides in terms of the ball movement and playing with our teammates, setting screens, trusting the basketball would find the better poise at times. I thought we finished the game still with some things that need improvement, but stronger than we did the last few games. first 2 games, excuse me. And I just thought we were in attack mode, but also as a collective group. And I thought it showed itself in terms of something would happen, whether it was an initial action or a guy trying to get to the paint. And if they didn't have a clear advantage, they were looking for their teammates. And because we were doing that throughout the night, it was much clearer for their teammates to expect where the ball was going and when it was going to get to them and then what to do with it when it got to them.
You want to hear from Wemby as well real quick?
I would like to hear from Wemby.
Yeah.
So, again, if you missed it, it was in the first half, and he and Brunson kind of got caught up at the top of the key, and he shoved him down. And then they went back and watched the replay, and all the guys on the broadcast were like, whoa! And it was pretty egregious. He's had a couple of those, though, where he got a little bit physical. And it was a physical game. And after the game, we'll hear from Coach Brown, too. He was pissed about the free throw difference. And I understand that you're at home, you expect maybe a few more calls, and that environment was insanity. But I just thought it was really physical both ways, and I liked that for the most part they let him play through it. But anyway, here's Wemby on now being a new villain.
We got Knicks fans very riled up throughout the game. At one point, there was a colorful chant directed towards you. It seems as though you may be New York's newest villain. Is that kind of the ultimate compliment?
I guess I'm nowhere near Trae Young level, though.
I didn't know New Yorkers hated Trae Young. Maybe I should know that.
Who did he call?
Trae Young.
I didn't realize that.
He was the one. When he was in Atlanta, he would show up, he'd drop 50 out of nowhere and stand on center court and bow. They hate that.
When you shoot 50 times a game, it's not that hard to score 50, I understand.
When you're the only one putting them up, yes. When he was with Atlanta, but he went nuts in MSG multiple times against them.
He is what Joe Klein would call a volume shooter.
He's not who I would have thought of, like New York's biggest villain.
No.
Would have thought of Tom Brady, maybe.
Right now in NBA, it has been Trae Young for the past few years, for sure.
Let's hear from Jalen Brunson on the other side of it, because he's the one that took the shove. Here's what he said about the incident, and I will give him a ton of credit, because if you shove me to the floor like that, I'm popping you. And the last thing they need is for him to get tossed out of the game. I don't know that I can argue that Brunson's more important to his team than Wemby is to his team, but you could certainly have a discussion about it at length. The other thing is they both scored 32 last night, so they're both pretty damn important. I think we can agree to that. But I thought he really held his cool last night, because it would have been natural to react. Now, what they need is a goon, because Wemby's been cheap-shotting guys here and there. Somebody needs to take his butt out. I don't advocate for that kind of thing. Well, you shove him to the floor, you try to instigate a fight, because clearly he wants to scrap. Anyway, here's Brunson on the incident.
Jalen, what happened between you and Victor in the first quarter, and did their level of physicality bother you?
No, to answer your second question. And whatever you saw is what you saw.
There's a high road take. All right, more from Brunson on losing. And it's been a long time, 6 weeks or so since they've lost a game. And so, again, we got a long way to go in this series. I hope it goes 6 or 7. But here's Brunson on the loss.
I think win or lose as a team, our mindset is always getting better the next day. And so we've done our best to try and learn from wins over the past couple of weeks. But now we have to learn from a loss. But I think the most important thing is that we were going to learn regardless, because we knew there were things that we were going to have to improve on going into next game. So mindset stays the same.
Steady Eddie. I like Jalen Brunson. You got to like that. All right, we'll hear from Mike Brown a little bit later. Don't forget to play that. We can play some highlights, too. And, again, it's going to be a series, I think. 115 and 111 the final, by the way. A couple of key numbers last night. I thought Harper was great off the bench as far as his energy goes.
He always is.
But he shot it like trash. He was 1 of 8 from 3, 5 of 18 from the floor overall in 32 minutes, and scored 13 points. But he pulled down 9 rebounds, which was a game high, and had 4 assists and no turnovers. Brunson, the thing is, they can complain all they want, but he had 5 turnovers last night, which is not horrific. It's just not very good for a guy of his caliber. He was also 11 and 25 from the floor, which, again, when you got to work as hard as you do when you're him for every shot, that's probably not outrageous. And he was 3 of 5 from 3, and he shot his free throws well, 2, 7 of 8. So, Wemby was better, much better, because people were wondering what the hell's going on with Wemby. Well, guess what? Pretty good last night. 32 points, 11 of 18, 2 of 4 from 3, and he didn't settle for too many. He passed on a couple, too, that were open. I thought that was good. And 8 of 9 from the free throw line, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, only 1 turnover. A couple of steals, 3 blocks. So you can't ask for a whole lot more from him. Last thing here, and we'll hit the break. I have to play this clip. And Pat Bradley, our former co-host, once said it, and he's absolutely correct. There are only a few people who can say whatever they want. Old people, young people, and Charles Barkley. And Charles Barkley does say whatever he wants. But a lot of times I think I like about Charles is he says what everybody's thinking but won't say it. So last night during the broadcast, he was calling it over at the half when the Knicks led by 7. Wrong. And he also had an interesting take on the halftime entertainment. So we'll play that, and then we'll take our first break.
I wish the Knicks would get the ball to Karl-Anthony Towns a little bit more. He scored pretty much every time he touched it. But listen, man, I told you tonight, this series is a wrap.
I think it's a wrap.
Oh, hell yeah.
You're down 5 going into halftime.
Down 5.
Down
6.
Down
better.
7.
Down 7.
Down 7.
Oh,
you think it's over?
I think it's over.
Wow.
Better. I'll put my house against your little house.
Shaq don't have a little house.
Well, you got it. Well, my house bigger than yours.
Okay. Hey,
it was a 14-3 run to close out the first half that has the New York Knicks up 7, looking for a 3-0 lead. We've been competing with Cardi B here.
We lost. Hey, I don't know if those B's, that might be Cardi D's. I sure am. New Love indeed. I'm pretty sure those are B's.
I don't know.
Cardi
I don't know who said that, but I know it wasn't me.
Chuck, you let her dig. You can't have that me, Kev. I told you to. She got the wrong initials.
Grow up, Charles Barkley. But that's funny.
No, never grow up.
I was more noticing her nails are remarkably long. I don't know how you operate with those. I see those from time to time with people. I don't understand how you operate with those super long nails. It seems very, I don't know, just inconvenient.
Counterproductive.
Yes, that too.
Yeah.
It's also like the guys that, like, look, I think it looks amazing, but some of the guys like Vassell, and I mean, the guys with all the hair, I'm thinking, man, that's a lot to haul around during a big, long, sweaty NBA game. It just seems like a lot. It's cool. I like the look. But it's also like, it doesn't seem very practical.
I think there's a reason why most of us have kept our fingernails, basically to the edge of the fingers and no longer than that. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things you need to have that touch for.
True, but you know what? Maybe if you get in a lot of street fights, you like having the claws. I would also ask, what is the percentage of people that have longer nails? Like, as far as dudes and women go? Like, how common is that? I don't know.
It's gotten longer in the last few years, too.
We need to hit a break. Wes Swift is standing by. He wants to come chit-chat with us, and I want to chit-chat with him.
You don't bowl. You can't bowl with long.
She cannot bowl. Although Cardi B does not strike me as someone who bowls a lot anyway. But whatever. I don't know anything.
She'll probably roll a 250.
I bet she could probably beat me. I stink. All right, it's 10:27. We're back in a second. You're in the zone. We're on the road. We're in Conway. You don't hear any balls bouncing or horns blowing right now. We're in the halftime break.
40 seconds from now, there's going to be a horn that sounds.
There is. It's 26-14, and whoever these two teams are, Poto and whoever our other team is here.
Some team in white and blue.
But it's a 16-team bracket, and Jonesboro's playing in it, and we're going to talk to Coach Swift and one of his players who has been recruited by a number of schools after the break. So stick around. Got much more ahead. Also, coming up 10:45, we have a I Did Not See That Coming clip. It's brought to you by Moe's Southwest Grill. And a top 10 list brought to you by 10 Fitness a little later in the show as well.
Listen for Champs and Chumps on Fridays during The Zone. Brought to you by Washita Bar and Grill on Central Avenue in Hot Springs and BKC Home Builders, building premier homes in Hot Springs.
This is SportsCenter.
Arkansas football ended their 14th and 15th verbal commitments on Monday. We'll start with Murfreesboro, Tennessee, 3-star defensive lineman James Stewart, who picked Arkansas over Boston College, Illinois, Maryland, Arkansas State, Memphis, and others. Then Thomasville, Georgia wide receiver Jabari Watkins called the Hogs. 4-star chose Arkansas over offers from in-state Georgia, Florida State, Kansas State, Kentucky, Missouri, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, and others. And the Arkansas Travelers will be hosting the Northwest Arkansas Naturals for a 6-game homestand starting tonight. First pitch for tonight's game is set for 6:35. Radio coverage can be heard on 106.7 Buzz 2. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network.
Lost in the business jungle? From new or solo proprietors to established multi-owner companies, don't monkey around with your business. There's nothing better than Lion Guidance. For exceptional communication and exceptional results, hire Lion Legal to come roaring to the rescue.
10 Fitness brings you Top 10 Tuesdays with The Zone. Each week, Justin and Phil will dive into a different Top 10 list and take your calls. Brought to you by 10 Fitness. Turn back the clock on gym prices.
Looking for a lunch spot that's fast, fun, and won't wreck your wallet? Head to Brewski's Pub and Grub with locations in downtown Little Rock and North Little Rock. The Brewski's Babes are serving up ice-cold drinks, smash burgers, loaded fries, wings, wraps, and more. Fast enough for your lunch break and priced right every day of the week. Escape the office and grab lunch with friends. Brewski's, the spot for good vibes, great food, and quick service. Brewski's Downtown and Brewski's North Little Rock open daily at 11. Brewski's, your home for lunch, happy hour, and late night.
Hi, this is Quinn Grover. When you need expert health care, UAMS Health is here for you. From cancer and heart care to neurology, obstetrics, orthopedics, and more. UAMS Health provides advanced care across a wide range of specialties, backed by research, innovation, education, and a commitment to improving lives. That's care you can trust. From UAMS Health, the official orthopedics and sports medicine provider for Razorback Athletics. For appointments, call 501-686-8000.
Willie D's Dueling Pianos has not moved yet. They're still rocking right here in the Little Rock River Market. Dueling Pianos upstairs, DJs downstairs with food and drinks every week. Reserve and learn more at WillieD'sPianoBar.com.
Come and get your Willie on. To celebrate their partnership with the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission, your Arkansas Chevy dealers are giving away a 2027 Chevy Silverado 1500. For complete rules and to register to win, current Arkansas Game and Fish license holders should visit ChevySweepstakes.com/Arkansas Truck Hunt or see your Arkansas's best Chevy dealer for more details. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents 18 years or older who reside in Arkansas. Contest ends 12/31/26. Void where prohibited.
You're back in the Zone, a place filled with sports, fun, knowledge, and sarcasm. Now, let's get back to more of the show in the Oaklawn Hot Springs studio with your hosts, Justin Acri and Phil Elson.
That sounds like we're back. It's 10:32. Sorry, we're talking off the air here as we welcome you back into the Ferris Center at Central Arkansas. It is I guess it's a 16-team tournament going on here, and it's I don't know if it's the first year they've ever done it. Coach Swift, you ever played in this thing before?
No, this is the first year I think they've done this. They did a great job with it too, by the way.
Well, they pulled it all together, and I know they had a team drop out the last minute, and they had to flex and bring in another school last minute too. So. Anyway, we are joined here by Wes Swift and one of his, should I call him a star? One of your players, Leighton Weaver. I don't want to give him the big head. He's really excited to be on the radio, by the way, so this is going to be fun. Leighton, how many radio interviews have you done?
Maybe about 3 at most. I don't really do this.
That's more than you did at that age, right?
Yeah. It is. I do marvel when, we'll interview 18 and 19-year-old kids, and I'll be like, it's amazing. And I think about my kid who's 19 now, and I'm like, I can't even imagine how bad he would butcher an interview, And he's pretty conversational, but it's a stressful thing if you haven't done it that much. This will be old hat in about a year, though. No big deal. Yeah. All right, first lesson. Get that mic up a little bit closer to your face. That'll bend right up in there. Bam. There you go. Coach Swift, you get lots of opportunities to play in a lot of different things in the summertime. What's the advantage of doing something like this? You got some familiar teams, some teams from out of state here. What are you guys looking for when you do things like this?
I think every year, and probably every coach is going to give you a little bit different answer. And for us, it's kind of year by year. We have a team that's got a lot back, and so we're going to look for a little bit more. I think a young team, we're going to just see, togetherness, toughness, those kind of things. We actually want to see more execution, from that standpoint. We played last week in Memphis, and we definitely want to see improvement today from what we saw last Tuesday.
What are the rules on what you guys can do as far as the number of tournaments and how many games and all that kind of thing?
So we get what they call 8 competitive days during the summer, and we can practice pretty much year-round except for that 2-week dead week period. But we only get 8 of these kind of days. So if you play competition, we get 8 of them.
Gotcha. So that means that these games are packed into today specifically only?
Right.
That's a lot of basketball.
How many games will you get ideally here?
So the team that wins this thing today will get 4. Everybody gets 3.
Okay.
Yeah. So the last 2 teams that win all the way their first 3 games, they'll get a 4th game. And it'll be an honor, but it'll be a challenge to get that 4th. Those guys doing anything in game 4.
Sure.
What do you do day after you play 4 games?
So they're off tomorrow, and our JV team's not here, so we'll bring our JV guys in tomorrow morning, and they'll get a practice and a weight room in because they're actually off today. The varsity guys get off tomorrow.
We have talked about this for years, and I guess our kind of take is that basketball has surpassed football by a pretty good shot in the state of Arkansas as far as the amount of talent that's coming out of the state. How would you evaluate the current level of basketball talent in our state?
It's, I tell people all the time, it's so crazy good, and I think it's been crazy good. I just think there's a lot more social media presence now, that kind of gets our kids out there and people are aware. And but I mean, you go back into the early wings days. I mean, our wings teams have been good for forever. I mean, as far as I can remember in my lifetime. And then Bill Ingram split and got the Hawks. The Hawks have been good for a really long time. And, for such a small state, our high school and AAU programs go out of state and compete really, really well. We don't just go out and play. We go out and win a lot.
Yeah. So, Leighton, what are you working on this summer? What in your summertime versus the season, and maybe they're the same thing, but what kinds of things you're trying to get out of these games?
For sure, being in the weight room is big for me because I'm trying to get a little bigger, and hopefully I grow a little bit more, but if not, it's whatever. But, being in the weight room, working on my skills and stuff, being a good teammate. So.
How tall are you now?
6'2".
And what do you weigh?
170, 175.
Man, I wish I did. Good for you.
There's a background on that. So his dad's 6'8", played at A-State. His mom's, 6'1"?
No, 5'10".
She looks 6'1". She scares me.
You see her in heels a lot.
She's awesome.
My guess is you're gonna be taller than 6'2".
Yeah.
That's my guess.
Do you have brothers or sisters that are particularly tall?
I have a sister. She's 6'1", and then my younger sister is about 5'8", 5'9".
Leighton's just surpassed sister in the last year.
Okay, so you'll be a senior next year. What are you working on with your game? What's the best part of your game, and what do you feel like is the weakest?
I can shoot pretty well, but getting to the rim and finishing is definitely something that I need to work on. Getting a little bit better, pulling up off the dribble and stuff.
Are you a point guard?
Yes, sir.
Okay, gotcha. All right, Coach, same question. What does he need to work on the most, and what's he best at?
See if this matches up.
Yeah.
It's going to be close. We definitely want Leighton to score. He's going to be a scoring point guard for us. And Leighton's decision-making early in the shot clock and understanding getting teammates involved because he's really good. And it's really easy to come down and go, this shot's a pretty good shot for me. But it keeps his teammates standing around. And he's got to find that balance of getting people involved and then not picking his times of when he needs to kind of take over.
Is point guard his position as he continues to grow?
It'll be interesting to see. I think every kid needs to play and needs to have the ball in their hands a lot if they aspire to be a high-level player, and that's one of the reasons we're going to put it in his hands, is just because we know where he wants to get to, and decision-making is the number one thing in basketball.
Talking to Wes Swift and Leighton Weaver, if you're just tuning in from Jonesboro, you said you got a lot back. Do you feel like this is a championship-caliber roster next year?
That's a good question. We feel like every year we want to go in and take it as far as we can get, and I don't know. We're small. Compared to our classification. So rebounding, post defense, controlling the paint is a big thing in football. You got to control the line of scrimmage if you're going to win. In basketball, you got to, you got to be really good from 10 feet in. From a rebounding, can you keep other people that are bigger than you from just bullying you around the rim kind of thing. And if we can control those two areas and compete there and just be respectable, I think we'll have a good chance.
I love that kind of talk about how where you see the game's most important aspects, the line of scrimmage, the strike zone for baseball.
For sure.
Your philosophy on coaching is 10 feet 10 feet outside the rim.
Usually whoever controls that area, whoever gets the easy shots and can keep the other team from getting those easy shots is going to win the game.
Mm-hmm. Or if you can make 23s, that also helps.
Yes. And we want to do that, but you get threes by putting pressure on the rim. If everybody knows you're not going to put pressure on the rim, it's going to be hard to get those threes late in the season because everybody's going to have you scouted so well.
What's Wes Swift's take on the NBA? How do you feel about the game, and are there things to glean that are beneficial to your players?
I want the 80s and 90s back.
Okay.
They're not coming back.
They're not coming back. And so I don't watch the NBA a lot. I've watched the Spurs and the Knicks all 3 games.
Sure.
Up until those 3 games, I don't know that I watched 30 minutes of NBA basketball all season.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Is there a college program that you would point to and say, well, that's how I like to see the game played?
And so I'm a born and raised Arkansan, and so the Razorbacks are in my blood. Going back to the Sidney Moncrief triplets, I remember those guys, and from that era on. And so I will always be an Arkansas fan. Love that we have Coach Cal in right now. But I'm a fan of all of our programs in state. Coach Pannone at Arkansas State is fantastic. What Coach Schulman is doing here is phenomenal. He actually recruited one of my players when he was at Huntsville, Alabama, Huntsville.
Yep, Huntsville. Yep.
Yeah, he recruited Isaac Carroll back then. So I've known Coach Schulman for a while now. Solomon Bozeman over at PB is doing a good job, and then obviously we just got in
Travis Ford.
Yeah, Travis.
Yeah.
Who's been at St. Louis and did a phenomenal job up there. And so I really like our in-state programs, and I really keep up with them. And when we go watch practices, we go watch. I mean, there's enough knowledge right there that I don't have to go travel the country to find good basketball and improve myself.
You've been at it a long time, and Coach Cal's been at it even longer. What's your interaction been like with him?
So I coached Malik Monk in AAU, and so I've got to know Coach Cal back then. And so anytime he sees me, I'm known as Malik's coach. That's what hey, you're Malik's coach, and we come up and talk. But it's amazing. His memory is as sharp, and he remembers people like no other. It's phenomenal. Kind of on a basketball level, kind of reminds you of a Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton was so good that he could just remember anybody that he's ever met, and that's why people love, and flocked around him. Cal reminds me of that.
Yeah.
But it's impossible to get a hold of him.
Well,
he's got a lot of coverage to get to Cal.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
The evolution of basketball and the business of basketball has also been an intriguing thing to watch happen. And I want to ask both of you this, too, Leighton. I want you to chime in, too, because, I think a lot of old heads like us are like, I don't know about this NIL stuff. It's completely out of control. But for the players, are like, I'm about to get paid. This is going to be great. And now the latest thing is gambling and guys who just can't be happy with the fact that they're making a bunch of money to play the sport that they love. In addition, they want to try to make additional money gambling, even though they know they shouldn't. It's never been more available. Now, when I was in college, there were bookies available for us to bet through, but now there are legal means for guys that are of age to wager on games. With all these temptations and then all the new era on NIL, I'm curious, Leighton, from your perspective, then Coach Swift, I'm assuming these conversations are being had, right? You want to get these guys prepared not only with their game, but also all the business stuff that they have to deal with at that level.
We just hired Jared Stanford, and Coach Stanford's been at the junior college level for 11 years now as a head coach, both at Colby Community College and Labette out of Kansas. And he's come in and has a lot of knowledge of what's going on right now, and we're actually kind of going to turn that part over to him to have these conversations with these guys. He's already started talking to Leighton about NIL and how to best position himself as he moves forward and for lack of a better term, profit.
Yeah.
From that, we have not had gambling talks with our guys per se, but probably something we probably need to do.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
I want to ask, when you're deciding on a school, you've got a couple of in-state offers already. How much is NIL an impact, and how much is fit and playing time? Or what are your priorities?
Fit is everything. Fit is everything for me. I don't care about the money. I want to play basketball, and that's what I want to do. So I feel like playing basketball is the best thing. I don't care about the money.
I got you. Well, that's what they all say until there's about a $50,000 or $100,000 difference in the offers, and then we'll see. But anyway, hopefully you got to deal with that, and you're getting a lot of money thrown at you, and then the rest of it will take care of itself. So,
but is that your understanding of what most young basketball players feel like right now, that they just want to go play? Or is it, the way you're talking is about you, but what about the rest?
I think everybody obviously is intrigued by money, but I don't know, I personally feel like playing basketball, because I know I'm not going to play the rest of my life. I just want to be able to play, so that's just me. So obviously the money would be awesome, but I just want to play.
Mm-hmm. We like it. We wouldn't do this for free either. We like what we do too, but we wouldn't do it for free. So Leighton, as far as fit with system goes, how much is maybe playing in something with what you guys do at Jonesboro? What kind of fit are you looking for as far as your college career?
Stuff we do here. Obviously, I want a good coach. Coach Swift's a great coach. I know Coach Schulman's a good coach. So I love Coach Swift, and he's coached me my whole life. So that's all I can ask for.
But I don't have a college job, so he's out of luck there. He's got to pick somebody else.
Yes, exactly.
Did you play other sports, or do you now?
I did play soccer a lot until 10th grade.
So everybody knows the ladders, that you go through the footwork ladders or whatever. And so he amazed me about 2 years ago. I don't know. Anyway, put the ladders down, and we have really athletic kids at Jonesboro. We don't have size, but they're really athletic, good feet. Our best kid going through the ladder, Leighton would go through it twice as fast, and those kids were just like, what in the world? And then I found out it was the soccer background. He'd been in those ladders since he was 4. or whatever. And so he has great feet, he really does.
I think it's incredibly valuable. We used to make fun of soccer, but I have learned to appreciate the beautiful game. So we're looking forward to the World Cup this week. We're going to be over at Dugan's Pub. They're doing a big block party. So are you going to be watching some World Cup?
Maybe. I'm not really into it as much anymore, but yeah, I'll probably have to.
Now you're a gym rat, right?
Yeah.
How many shots you put up a day?
Up to 500,000 every day, maybe 500.
At first, I heard 500,000.
No, no, not 500.
You'd have to ice that arm if that was the case.
Just put up 500,000 shots every 24 hours.
Are you a lefty or a righty?
Lefty.
Okay,
sir.
How do you shoot with your right?
Not good at all.
Okay, then.
Not good.
Well, that's okay. You don't have to. That's a good news.
That's good. You play with that hand, I'll play with my right, and you'll still beat me.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, listen, I appreciate you guys coming on. When do you play?
Play next, right here on the main court.
Who do you have?
We have Tulsa Central.
Tulsa Central. Okay, so we got a couple Oklahoma schools in here.
They any good?
Couldn't tell you anything about them.
Well, you will in about an hour.
I'll be able to know that. Ask me that question.
Now, I know, I'm going to ask you the last thing here because I know coaches who are like, we're not really worried about. I mean, that was kind of Nolan's thing. He's like, they got to deal with us.
Right.
So during a game, like a season, like how much scouting is done versus just taking care of what you guys do?
We call ourselves prep teams. There's some teams that just and they're good at it. They just worry about themselves and not worry about the opponents. We're just the opposite. We're going to try to take away as much of your strengths as we possibly can.
Gotcha. All right. Well, we are in the loudest gym in America. It is the Ferris Center, and appreciate Coach Swift coming by. Leighton Weaver, good luck to you, man, wherever you end up going, and good luck in your senior year. And good luck today.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate you guys. All right. Going to hit a break here. Yeah, it is going to be a live background today, so I apologize for that.
That was loud for a moment.
Yeah, I thought being up here kind of away. We're at the Ferris Center. Thanks, Coach. Good job. I think
him.
We're at the Ferris Center. If you've never been here, there's an elevated stage that looks down on the court. This is a multi-purpose facility, and I thought being this far away from the court would be fine. I've actually done some stuff courtside in addition to play-by-play, obviously, in this facility, but it is way, way hotter up here than I thought it would be as far as the sound goes.
Just bring some studio foam next time. Just throw it on the walls.
There you go.
However much you got.
This place is not designed necessarily for radio. It wasn't even designed for basketball, for God's sake.
Down there it's designed for radio. Just up here, maybe not so.
Yeah. May have been counterintuitive moving up. Maybe we're getting more reverberation because we're high.
Sorry to get a really good look at the game.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting way to look at it. I like watching a football game. So we're in the end zone, basically. And I like watching a football game that way. You can see the holes open up, especially if teams are in a lot of stretch plays. That's a fun way to watch a football game.
Are there any stadiums you have to call from, for football play-by-play from the end zone?
It's only happened a couple of times, and it's way more difficult because you can't see like what line they gain. You need to be on the side. It's tough.
It depends. Like Auburn and Texas, 2 games next season, we're going to be second level in the corner of the end zone. You can't see the other side of it. You have no idea where the ball's located.
And again, this is a woe is me first world problem, and I know most of the listeners are like, quit your crying, you big baby. I realize our job is cool, but it's like there is zero thought given to the people that work in covering and promoting the sport. And it's bothersome and annoying. And I'm like, did anybody who's ever done anything in broadcast get consulted on this particular media spot where we're calling this game? Did anyone even have a conversation? Because it's all about money, and it's like, well, if we're anywhere close to midfield, those are seats we can sell to somebody for a lot of cash. And I get it. It's only going to get worse.
Yeah, but the multimedia rights partners who spend money with those schools also, they're spending lots of money, and
True.
They should get better locations.
Well, if you're going to accurately and properly call a game, you do have to have a little better viewpoint. Anyway, I'll complain about that more at another time when we get closer to the season. Today is the 9th, right, of June?
It would be the 9th of June, 2026.
I want to tell you about FanDuel, and we were just talking about the World Cup, and the biggest stage is here. And again, United States on the pitch on Friday, cannot wait. And I don't get I'm not going to act like I'm the biggest soccer fan by any stretch of the imagination. However, I will say I do get juiced for the World Cup, and I'm excited about it coming back this year. And if you can make a little money on it, great. FanDuel is giving you a reason to root for every goal, introducing Every Goal Pays. Go to FanDuel in partnership with Oaklawn Sports and bet on a match and get bonus bets for every goal scored in that match. More goals, more bonus bets, and all you have to do is turn on your token. So there's an opt-in required for this. But go to FanDuel.com/Arkansas to get started now. Let there be goals on FanDuel. Turn on your token and start making some bonus bets. Bonuses are issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. There's details there. Sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem, 1-800-GAMBLER. And speaking of FanDuel and Oaklawn Sports, I saw Zach yesterday. and he'll be back on with us on Thursday. So he'll be able to give us a little more detail on what you should be looking for in different ways to wager on the World Cup and what's left of the NBA Finals and that kind of thing. All right, we're back here on campus here at UCA after the break. We're going to talk to John Shulman next hour and a couple other high school coaches. State champ Mike Abrahamson's team's on the floor right now from Bryant. We're going to chat with him a little bit later on, and he's got a couple of kids who are heading to Conway to play their collegiate basketball, so we'll chat with them as well. Stick around. You're in the zone.
Founded by the dynamic music duo Cliff and Susan Prowse, Big Red Dog Productions, your gateway to music excellence, offering music production, artist development, with a proven track record of award-winning events. From recording the songs you've written to learning how to book and play crowd-engaging shows, their Entertainers Academy can ignite your music career. Visit BigRedDogProductions.com. Your path to a full-time music career awaits.
Let's see, if you're going to build a pool, tennis court, get dozens of fitness machines, indoor basketball court, pickleball court, it's going to cost you about $12.3 million. Don't have it? That's okay. Join the Little Rock Athletic Club or Racket Club. People will witness the fitness.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 501-600-2763. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 501-600-2763. That's 501-600-2763.
Camping season is here, and Razorback Camper Sales in Hot Springs is liquidating all 2026 year model travel trailers and fifth wheels. If you've been thinking about a new trailer, now is the time to buy. One of the many great deals is a 20-foot Salem with bunk beds, power awning, plywood floor, and much more for only $14,990 or $150 a month. Hurry while the selection is good. All these great deals can be seen at RazorbackCamperSales.com.
Hawks Homes has custom-built, manufactured homes under $100 per square foot. They have hundreds of floor plans available to fit your family's needs. Homes start as low as $39,995. They can finance your new home together with land so you can have one easy payment. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 bedrooms available for immediate delivery. You can view their inventory online at hawkshomes.net. Let their family help your family. Hawks Homes, Bryant, and Conway.
If you are looking for a safe and loving home for you or your loved one, visit Heartland Rehabilitation and Care Center. Just 15 minutes from Little Rock and Benton, our skilled nursing staff is dedicated to providing quality long-term care and short-term therapy. Visit heartlandrehabcenter.com. You can call Heartland home.
Welcome back to The Zone, live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs studio with your hosts, Justin Acri and Phil Elson.
They're entertainers.
They're also heroes.
Those guys are ballers, Joe.
On the Buzz Radio Network.
And we back. All right, Phil Elson, Justin Acri here in Conway. And this is I will say this, I saw the dreaded first annual listed on something. The first annual summer shootout today.
No such thing.
It's an inaugural summer shootout. So it's the first time they've done this. Pretty cool, though. So they've got 3 guaranteed games. The winners will get, or the champion game will get 4 games today. And we just talked to Wes Swift. Again, there's a lot of benefit to their teams. You can cram a bunch of days in because, like you said, you only get 8 competitive days, so you want to play a handful of games when you can.
So what does it feel like the day after you play 4 basketball games?
I mean, these kids are so – I mean, they're so used to 8 what am I looking for? AAU. I was like, AAA?
They still
AAU games. Yeah, I'm sure they're tired, but, I mean, they play ball all day, every day.
What a great summer, though.
I know. And also, you don't have to practice if you get to play three games in a day. And you can relax tomorrow. It'd be nice.
I played so much baseball in the summer as a teenager. This just kind of brings me back, and I miss it. What'd you do in the summer times?
We played
as
baseball.
A teenager?
So our high school season when I was in high school in Iowa started May 1st and went through July.
No kidding.
Yeah, we played all the way through the summer. So
Can we do that with college baseball?
I know, it'd be fun, wouldn't it?
We were playing in February in Pittsburgh in the snow.
That's insane. No, we did not do that. It was great, though. So, school was out, and all we had to do, we all had summer jobs, but we would work a little bit in the summer, then we'd go play ball. That's awesome.
I worked at the Sandcastle Water Park making French fries and played American Legion baseball.
What's the worst and best job you ever had outside of broadcasting?
That's the worst job I ever had. Because it's the only job I ever had in food service. I don't think I need to be working in food service.
I grew up in food service, so I loved it. That was one of my favorite jobs ever. I worked for my uncle at his restaurant, and he had a few restaurants, and then he had a bar downtown that I got to work at, too, which was a blast.
No, keep me away from the money and keep me away from the customers.
Okay, well, what's your best job you had outside of broadcasting? Or did you have any other ones?
I don't know if I had one.
Okay, I did.
Maybe a camp counselor?
I sold vacuums door to door for Kirby for about 3 months during the summer one year.
That almost makes me want to say Sears sucks, Crash. But
Yeah.
It sounds like you liked it. It was a maintenance.
No, I didn't like it, but it was actually pretty lucrative. I actually sold way more of these $1,000 vacuums than anyone should ever sell. It was crazy. The guy that owned the place loved me. How about Moose? What about for you? What are the worst and best jobs you ever had? Don't say this one. Knucklehead.
The worst was working at a screen printing and embroidery factory, like a T-shirt printing factory, Ink Enterprises out in Maumelle. Man,
Okay.
It was hotter in the warehouse than it was outside, and that was the summer.
That's
so
tough.
that was a nightmare. And then every now and then I'd have to get at the back of the feeder, which is also just a heater. It's just pumping out fresh heat onto the shirts, and so that was even worse. So that was probably the worst one. Best one besides broadcast? I don't know, man. I liked being a camp counselor, Phil. I had a blast doing that.
No, I had fun doing that.
Except for when I loved it. I had a great time doing that. I did that a few summers in a row, yeah.
You know what was the worst job I had? It wasn't a summer job. It was a winter break job. My first year of college, the December, I worked for an inventory company called RGIS. You would just go to a store that day, and you had a little gun that you would shoot the barcodes with, and you would spend 6 hours in a department store or a grocery store just taking inventory. Talk about monotonous.
We got 3 minutes left. We need to knock out an I did not see that coming segment, courtesy of our friends at Moe's Southwest Grill. Fire it up.
I am shocked and chagrined. Surprise, surprise. I did not see that coming.
I did not see that coming is brought to you by Moe's. Moe's Southwest Grill has a great lunch special with a huge junior burrito with chips, queso, and a drink for only $9.99. Find them in Little Rock, North Little Rock, Benton, and Conway. Welcome to Moe's.
Absolutely. He's supposed to say, welcome to Moe's. Apparently he's not familiar. All right. I did not see that coming. I did not see the Spurs coming back from 7 points down at the half last night, and they did. And apparently neither did Charles Barkley. Now, I'm not going to say anything about Cardi B, but the other one I was going to say I did not see that coming. I don't know if you guys saw the end of the game with Caitlin Clark, but she bricked 2 free throws towards the end. They didn't get the ball back, and they fire an inbound pass over to her, and she drills a 30-footer to basically win the game. Now, admittedly, I've seen her do a lot of cool stuff over the years, so I shouldn't be too shocked, but that was way up there. And then my last thing is shark attacks. We had a couple going on down in Escambia County, which is down near Pensacola, and apparently it's very, very, very rare. You'd be surprised, I guess. 6 confirmed unprovoked shark attacks have been reported in the county since tracking began in 1882. So they just had a guy. Luckily, he survived, but anyway, it's going on. Sharks be going wild.
I did not see a world where an admitted gambler would be allowed to play college sports. I did not see that coming, Justin. I also did not see that the College World Series field this year, for the first time in 50 years, does not have a school from California or Texas. The last time it happened was 1976, and it's only happened 5 times in college baseball history that no school from California or Florida is on the College World Series. I also didn't see that Tom Brady would be releasing a coconut water named Good Nut.
Tom. Moose, how long we got to the top of the hour?
Oh, looks like we're coming in right now. You want to jump to that?
The top of the hour? Yes, we need to.
It is about that time. Let's do it.
So for car and big truck wrecks, medical malpractice, wrongful death, bankruptcy, and Social Security claims, his law firm produces results. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Southern roots, serious results.
This is Justin Acri. If shoulder or elbow pain is affecting your daily life, the fellowship-trained physicians at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health are here to help. They offer advanced care for injuries, arthritis, rotator cuff problems, and more, helping you feel better, move better, and get back to everyday life. Call 501-686-TOSH today to schedule your appointment. That's 501-686-8674. The doctor will see you now.
Genesis of Conway presents Craig O'Neill each week when he joins Roger, Baz, and Justin on Morning Mayhem. Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury today.
Our guys aren't so bad, right?
This is taking unsportsmanlike conduct to a whole new level.
Well, maybe not. 103.7 The Buzz, KABZ, Little Rock. Buzz News with KARK's Gary Burton Jr.
We're learning more details about the judge's dismissal of murder charges against Lono County Sheriff candidate Aaron Spencer. According to the court order, the charges were dismissed with prejudice, which means they cannot be refiled. However, the prosecutor can appeal the ruling. Spencer was facing charges in the 2024 deadly shooting of Michael Fossler, who was allegedly accused of sexually abusing Spencer's daughter. The judge said investigators mishandled some of the evidence. Spencer will face Democrat Brian Mitchell Sr. and Independent Larry Binky for the Lono County Sheriff in November's general election. And looking ahead, UAMS is bringing on the Summer of Smiles next week, offering free dental services for children. The clinic is happening at the Freeway Medical Towers on West 10th Street on Monday, June 15th. It will be open from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm KARK's Gary Burton Jr.
Are you still on the sidelines? Then it's time you suit up and get in the game. Download Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app, Bet Saracen, today.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
Dangerous heat is expected for Tuesday. We'll see heat index values up to or in excess of 105 degrees. Air temperature values in the low to mid 90s with partly sunny to mostly sunny skies. Calm southwesterly winds will be hot like this through Thursday. And then rain chances increase Friday into the weekend. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm Arkansas Storm Team meteorologist Jenna Warner.
New Benihana promotion. Monday and Tuesday, lunch and dinner. 10% off of everything on the menu. Come to Benihana's.
Blockbusters are all about sequels, and with the skyrocketing price of gasoline, Gwatney Buick GMC in North Little Rock is back with the guaranteed biggest hit of the summer, Gas Busters 3 High Octane. Call 501-945-4444. Don't get slimed by the competition. Trade with Gwatney Buick GMC right now and get free gas for the rest of the year. That's free miles per gallon. Call 501-945-4444. And we'll double down with no payments for 120 days. Trade that gas guzzler. Gwatney has trucks up to 29 miles per gallon. It's Gas Busters 3 High Octane. Trade today for free gas for the rest of the year. So who you gonna call? Call Gwatney at 501-945-4444. We're ready to relieve you. See dealer for details. Gwatney Buick GMC, 5700 Landers Road in North Little Rock. GwatneyBuickGMC.com. GMC, we are professional grade. All offers with approved credit.
U.S. Truck Accessories salutes all active military and veterans. Now through July 4th, U.S. Truck Accessories is paying your sales tax in honor of your service. From bed liners and trailer hitches to steps, grill guards, bumpers, and lift kits, if it's for your truck, they've got it. With professional installation you can trust. With 2 convenient locations in Conway and Searcy, U.S. Truck Accessories is your truck parts superstore. Veteran owned and operated. Visit them online at ustruckaccessories.net.
I'm Alan LeVar. For 30 years, my team and I have helped injury victims across Arkansas. So when you hear hurt in a car, call LeVar, here's what that really means. You talk to real lawyers who know Arkansas, not a call center. We deal with the insurance company so you don't have to. If you can't come to us, I'll come to you. Your consultation is always free and confidential, and there's no fee unless we win. Hurt in a car, call LeVar. Arkansas strong for 30 years and ready when you need us.
LeVar Law Injury and Accident Lawyers. Arkansas built, Arkansas trusted.
Get in the conversation with live fan feedback at 1037thebuzz.com. Presented on The Zone by Rainbow Restoration. When the unthinkable happens to your home or business, damage from water, smoke, fire, or mold, let Rainbow Restoration make you whole again. RainbowRestores.com. They restore, you recover.
FanDuel, in partnership with Oaklawn Sports, is now available right here in Arkansas. The biggest stage in world soccer is only a few days away, and every goal changes every single thing. And now FanDuel is giving you a reason to root for every single goal. Introducing Every Goal Pays. Get to FanDuel in partnership with Oaklawn Sports and bet on a match and get bonus bets for every goal scored in that match. That's right, more goals means more bonus bets, and all you have to do is turn on your token. Visit FanDuel.com/Arkansas to get started now. Let there be goals on FanDuel. Turn on your token. FanDuel in partnership with Oaklawn Sports has you taken care of. 21 plus and present in Arkansas. Opt-in is required. Must apply bonus token. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions do apply. See terms at sportsbookfanduel.com. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You can't always see what's in the air, but dust, allergens, contaminants, even mold could be affecting your health. Learn about air quality testing at rainbowrestores.com. When the unthinkable happens, damage from smoke, water, fire, mold, or just poor air quality, let Rainbow Restoration fix your home or business. With their 24/7 rapid response, you'll get your life back on track fast. RainbowRestores.com. Rainbow Restoration. They restore, you recover. Services performed by an independently owned and operated franchise.
Down south, a handshake means something, and we let our actions do the talking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is rooted in Southern tradition and grit. Southern-born and raised and Arkansas-based, Brad Hendricks is named a Mid-South super lawyer year after year. So for car and big truck wrecks, medical malpractice, wrongful death, bankruptcy, and Social Security claims, his law firm produces results. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Southern roots, serious results.
You're in the zone. Arkansas's longest-running midday sports talk show. Coming to you live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort.
20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name.
With your hosts, Justin Acri and Phil Elson on the Buzz Radio Network.
Feels so unlike everybody else, alone in spite of the fact that some people still think
The Zone is on the road at the University of Central Arkansas as they kick off their UCA men's basketball summer shootout and basketball camps. Visit UCAMBBsummercamps.com for dates and availability. Now, back to our water boys, Justin Acri and Phil Elson on 103.7 The Buzz.
All right, welcome back to our second hour. The inaugural summer shootout team camp here at Central Arkansas. Yeah, John Schulman going to join us here momentarily. We've got a Red White Report coming up in a second. Again, we got 16 teams in all, some from outside the state, but a lot of in-state teams. We just talked to Wes Swift from Jonesboro, one of his players. We're going to have Coach Abrahamson on from Bryant. We're going to talk to Shelby Lewis, who's from Central a little bit later. They already had their first game in this tournament. Again, 16 teams. You're guaranteed 3 games all day going on. Championship game tonight at 6 o'clock if you want to watch some high school hoops. And my understanding is the cost to get in here is quite inexpensive. Coach Shulman, what's it cost to come to this thing today?
Just depends if you know Brock Witters.
I do.
That would be free for you. It'd be probably $10 for everybody else.
He charged me $40. What are you talking about?
Well, that's what we do.
I just had to shake his hand to get in. That was it.
Brock's?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you were.
Just depends what door you walk in.
That's probably fair. Is there a fee to get in today?
It is $10.
Okay.
$10, I think $5 for like 10 years old and younger.
Okay.
For the whole day. You get a band. We're playing till 6 o'clock tonight here. You got games at Conway High School for the losers, for the first round losers. We got a losers bracket. We got a championship bracket.
That explains it, because I was like, how are you going to play all these games in here? Are you using your practice court too or
yes.
not? Okay.
Yes. So, this is a first round game you're watching right here with Tulsa Central and Jonesboro in the back gym. I think Benton's in the back gym. You got really good teams, and you got, summer is for getting better, and team camps are team camps. But what we've tried to do, instead of having a team camp where you just play 3 games and move on, making it at a tournament format makes it a little bit more fun, a little bit more competitive, and trying to win a championship.
Well, Coach Swift had good things to say about you. What's your relationship been like? And I know you got, you mentioned Brock, but some good staff members that have probably helped make some inroads and getting to know the guys around the state. You've been here a couple years now, though, but give me your assessment, I guess, of high school basketball in general, and then also how it's been trying to get to know all the guys around the state as the head coaches.
Well, the only way I could kind of compare it that you would understand is it reminds me of Kentucky and Indiana. And I say that Kentucky and Indiana are very prideful for their basketball. Kentucky thinks basketball started in Kentucky, and Indiana thinks it started. Well, I'll just say this: basketball is really important in this state. They're prideful. The nice thing is, because I'm old and I've been through the wars, we recruited one of Coach Swift's kids many years ago at Alabama Huntsville, so I got to kind of know him a little bit at that moment. But you walk in this state, Mike Abramson is the Emory Henry guy, and I grew up in Johnson City, so it's right beside. He knew Mike Young at Virginia, who's at Virginia Tech. I used to live with Mike Young, so we all kind of know the same people. But it doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure out. You go to the state tournament, you go to the state championship. That's a high-level atmosphere. It's important here. Well coached, good players. Listen. I was such a good coach last year. Oh, my gosh, did I coach them? I had 4 Arkansas guys in the starting lineup. They will play harder for an Arkansas school. And so, I think someone told me the other day we have 8 guys from Arkansas on our roster. Well, I think those 8 guys will really play harder. Their families are in the stands. After a game, they don't go back to their apartment or dorm room. They go back and hang out with their families. I think it's really important to keep Arkansas kids in this state, and we're here to do that, and that's why today is a really important day for us.
What about hosting an event like this? What's the value for you guys?
Well, it gets you're looking at 16 teams, let's say 10 guys on each team. You're getting 160 kids on your campus. You're getting parents on your campus. You're getting coaches on your campus. For many years, I don't know what kind of reputation Central Arkansas basketball had in this state.
For many years, none at all.
Well, we're trying to change that.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, where's the practice facility? Y'all have a practice facility? Like a lot of places don't. Go back there. We got a really cool practice facility. Yeah, this is really cool. What if I told you we're getting an $80 million brand new arena here in a couple years? Y'all are? So just getting people here to this campus and getting people getting to know the coaches at Marion.
Yeah.
I just watched Marion play. They're really, really good.
Yeah.
I didn't know a whole lot about Marion, but now I do. And so they may not know a whole lot about us, but now they do. And just being nice to people and being friendly and being here for people is important.
We just talked to Chris Curry yesterday, and obviously they had a magical run through the regionals and then on into the super regionals, and they fell short of their goal, which was to get to Omaha, and your team came a breath from making it to the NCAA tournament in the Division I level for the first time in school history. But we were talking to Coach Curry, and it's like there's a lot to celebrate here. There's a lot to be happy about, a lot to be proud of. And again, even though you didn't reach your ultimate goal, you got to try to find, I guess, that balance, and you just went through that. So I know you're a deathly competitive person. Are you able to, now that you're removed from a little bit, able to appreciate what you guys were able to do last year?
Probably not, just to be honest. I just watched Little Rock, and the comparisons are very similar. You don't know what it's like to almost get to Omaha until you're almost to Omaha.
Right.
And so now what they'll do is they'll go watch Troy and go, God almighty, that could have been us. And then we did the same thing. Listen, Central Arkansas had never played in a semifinal game in a tournament. And now all of a sudden we're going into overtime with a chance to go to the NCAA tournament. And then you watch Queens out there against Purdue, and Queens getting all this pub, and like all of a sudden you go, God almighty, that could be us. You got to get close. I'm a believer that you got to get there and lose before you can get there and win. I didn't tell our team that before we played Queens, but I do believe that you got to get there and have that experience of failure so you have a taste. But if you don't ever get there, you don't even know what it's about. And we were there, and we were close, and now Luke brings that back. Ty brings that back. Cole brings that back. Mal brings that back. Cole will, and behind the scenes, what Cole was playing with at the end of the year. He had a tough time even stepping on the court.
Right.
But the air ball that he shot from the free throw line will stay with him forever until we can get back to that moment. And then I promise you, Cole will be at the foul line next year in a championship-type situation, and he will go 2 for 2, and we'll win, and we'll be happy, and me and you will be in tears and won't be able to function.
It's amazing when I used to have feelings going into an off season about a team I was working for because you just saw them have this shared experience of a season together. And there are less shared experiences as teams now in college sports than ever before. So this got to be so important, I think, for your team, to have that pain of having your season end in the way that it did to move forward. But not every coach can keep that group together.
Well, we had unbelievable shared experiences, like amazing shared experiences. Amazing enough where I'm standing there and I get a bear hug from behind as Cam Hunter just came over here to watch basketball today. What we all went through together, nobody can ever take away, but we want more. Like that's all Ty and Cole been talking about. We want more, we expect more. That's what we came back here to do, and with this rule change, I don't know if it's when it changes or hopefully it's going to change and you get 5 years to play 5. Just think about that. If we can retain these guys, Cole McCormick would have 3 more years. Mm-hmm. Mal Marable will have 4 more years. And for whatever reason, you're going, you're not going to be able to keep these guys. Well, no one thought we could keep them this year coming up.
Right.
So why not? Why can't it be us? Why not us? Why not? Why can't Central Arkansas be different in every, going back to our interview with Brad T, we have to be different. We have to be a change-up in a fastball league. We got to be different. We don't have an ocean, last time I checked. We don't, we're in Conway, Arkansas. We're in Central Arkansas. What makes us cool? What makes us different? Why can't it be people? The reason Amy Schulman and I are here is we went to Mike's place for lunch, and people were so friendly. There was a difference between being nice and friendly. People were friendly. And me and Amy went, hey, we can see ourselves here.
Sure.
This is kind of East Tennessee-ish. And so why can't we devote and commit all of our time and effort into a Ty Robinson and a Luke Moore and a Cole and a Mal, and why can't they come back?
Sure. You're an old school guy who's transitioning into the new school era we live in, Coach. I think you've done a good job with that. You've obviously got some younger coaches who have been familiar and helped with that as well. But, you got a couple of big issues right now, really 3. We talked about 2 for a long time with the transferring, and hopefully some of that gets under control. The NIL, which, again, you guys are, figuring your way through that at this level. That's a different kind of challenge than it is at a place like Kentucky or Arkansas. And then the new one now is gambling. And it's, we were just talking about the Sorsby story, Coach, and it's like, why even have any rules if we can't enforce any rules anyway? But how much do you talk to your guys about that? I was asking Coach Swift about it. He said we don't talk to our kids about it now. We probably should start. I mean, I'm assuming those are conversations that are had because they know that everything is on the line for you potentially. You can lose it all.
I just text Matt and JT, our compliance people. I think every school in the SEC is going to have a mandatory class that their kids have to go through. It is so easy. It is so easy to get on your phone and so easy to get an app and this app and that app. And, hey, you lose $100, your first bet, I will give you $1,500 more. All right, it is so easy. But the problem is this. The problem is, how is the quarterback, Sorsby, how is that even happening? Because if that happens, then it's no big deal. Then I'll do it. Then everybody will do it.
Right.
I'll get, it's an eye for an eye. If all of a sudden they put that kid and I don't know that kid, maybe he did screw up or whatever. But if that kid is never being able to play again, then we have some ammunition to tell our kids, hey man, you do something stupid, you will never play again. Well, now you gamble, and if you get the right lawyer and you get the right judge, it will work out for you.
You're going to miss 2 games potentially, is what the talk is with him now.
That's nothing.
It's insane.
And I don't know. You know, I feel bad. You know, I read some stuff last night. There was a kid that had put $5 on a game and lost his eligibility, and now this kid does what he did, and now he's going to lose 2 games. And so it is. That's why I think the 5 years and 5, no waivers, no exceptions, no nothing. I think that's a good idea. You know, the rule was if you gambled, and if you gambled, you were out. Mm-hmm. You know, listen, I'm a Cincinnati Reds fan. All right,
it's like the center of it all.
I grew up as a Big Red Machine fan, and dadgummit, Pete Rose died without ever getting in the Hall of Fame. Well, they stuck to their guns. I will say that.
Yep.
And if you gamble, you're done. You're out.
Well,
I think that probably helped baseball by having a somewhat of a big name.
Yeah.
Just the greatest player to ever play the game. Thank you very much, all you Cardinal fans out here. Pete Rose, the greatest player to ever play the game, won't be in the Hall of Fame.
Well, the professional leagues have a little teeth, and they've got lots of negotiations that go on between them and their players' unions. It's a different animal for sure. The NCAA has lost its teeth. They're trying to gum this piece of meat to death, and they're doing a pretty poor job of getting through it. They need to stick to porridge.
It's a centralized power structure in pro sports. It's a decentralized structure in college sports. And the other thing about this, too, that's so odd is that, and I'm not saying this to defend Brendan Sorsby or anything, the advertising of gambling is everywhere in college sports. I mean, yeah, we're pointing to Oaklawn back here, and that's part of it. But
we appreciate our sponsors, don't we?
Which we do. But what you end up having is you have a specific group of people who are of age that are not allowed to partake in the thing that is advertised to everybody else there. It's like they're a special class of people that are not allowed to partake in this thing that is essentially propping sports up.
I'm going to say this, too. I mean, look, you're a college athlete, all right? And look, you got Whataburger over here. I can't have you eating 5 Whataburgers every day if you're going to be ready to play in a game when it's in season. And there's restaurants and bars.
Are pretty good.
Listen, it's fine for us, Coach. We don't have to play. There's lots of restaurants and bars that advertise and support, your college, our radio station. But you can't go do 5 tequila shots before you go on the air or before you coach a game or play in a game. You have to have some self-control, and you know what you can and can't do as a college athlete, whether it's gambling or alcohol or food or whatever it is, to be prepared to do your job at a high level. And some of these are straight-up violations.
It is. Let me just tell you this, because it makes me sick. It is so easy to get to these kids now. Like it's like the situation at Alabama State that just happened. Mm-hmm. All right, they gave each kid $500 a piece to throw a game. One of those kids who, I don't know if he was involved or was involved, is a buddy of mine's son, a kid named Tony Madlock, who just went to Memphis as an assistant coach. Like, who knows how that child got involved with all this mess? It is so easy to get in touch with the kids. It's so easy to find a kid. And I get that all of a sudden you open up that deal, you're asking for an absolute mess. How about do this? How about, since the pros can handle it and college kids can't, and the pros can handle a contract and the college kids are having a tough time handling NIL, just take the lines off of college athletics.
It's an option.
And just keep them in the professional sports. And then let all the kids, if they want to bet on pro sports. And that was the rule that they passed earlier. You don't remember this. They passed that rule in August. They said all college kids, athletes, everybody can bet on pro sports.
On pro sports, not not college sports.
And then the SEC came back a month later and went, we have lost our minds, and that is no longer acceptable. And so they came back and said no. NCAA came back and said no, nobody can bet on sports.
Yeah.
But, you're asking them to have a line. So have a line in pro and don't have a line in college.
Again, it's fine for the fans. It's not okay for you, and you got to know what you can and can't do. And the other thing is, too, I'm like, how much money's enough? You're making all this money. You're making millions of dollars a year if you're Sorsby, and you still have to gamble? Like, I understand the thrill of it. Dude, playing online chess, I get really excited about it. It doesn't cost me $1 when I lose a game.
I've seen you on the bus playing online chess.
This thing really means a lot.
But I'm usually in a good mood because I'm playing Brock.
You are one bad player. you don't ever challenge. He just plays with Brock and Max. You don't ever play with Ivan. Like
No.
R.J. Newton's a good chess player. Luke is very average. He doesn't know where his phone is.
They got some guys on there. They're athletic trainers. Very, very good chess player. He's from overseas. They have a little different mentality. This is their whole thing.
What if you did $10
He's from like is he Serbian?
He's Serbian.
Serbian, yeah.
Yeah.
They take it very seriously.
Thanks for taking an interest in him. That's really nice of you.
Hey, listen, we've hung out. We spent time. Anyway, we have to go now, Coach. But I appreciate you letting us come and hang out today.
Well, I appreciate.
Thanks for
y'all
the
being here.
conversation about these important life topics. I guess you're going to field a basketball team here. What is your schedule, real quick, before we let you get out of here? And I'm not talking about your golf schedule. What are you doing with your team? And then when is every report and all that?
I mean, everybody's here. I mean, we're lifting. Tomorrow is Wednesday. That's the one day we don't lift. We'll practice from 10 to 11:30 tomorrow. We lift at 8:30 every morning, 8:30 to 9:30. We practice again on Thursday. Me and our coaches are out recruiting this weekend.
What percentage of your schedule is put together?
Don't even go there. We're still looking for money games. I tell you what, it's a lot easier getting a money game when you're ranked 350th in the country out of 365. We went up 200 spots. It's really been difficult. I will tell you this, since I love you, Justin. Ole Miss, Oklahoma State, Colorado.
Oh, those are great.
Ole Miss, Colorado.
These are signed deals?
Signed deals. Done.
We're going to Boulder, baby.
That's fun. Boulder.
Oh, my
going
gosh.
To Boulder in
That's
December.
amazing.
Oklahoma State in November, Ole Miss in November, right before the Ole Miss-Georgia football game on a Friday night. I'll let you stick around, but you'll have to get back for a UCA football game.
That's right.
Hopefully they'll clean the press area at the pavilion at Ole Miss for you, because sometimes they don't.
Actually, you know what? I will give Ole Miss a lot of credit. When COVID happened, there was a thing that came out, and they said everybody's going to do their games play-by-play off TV. I'm like, we're not equipped to get a TV feed for me to call a game on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
So we basically, and Dr. Teague went to bat for me, and Ole Miss and Mississippi State, we were playing them back-to-back, and they both let me come. And, I mean, you had to wear your mask in the building, sit down, take your mask off. Hell, I was doing games at St. Louis that year, and they made me broadcast the game with my mask on. I'm like, dude, there's nobody within 500 feet of me. I'm in the rafters. And he's like, you got to wear your mask while you're doing the game. I'm like, get out of my face. Are you out of your mind? But I did it.
Let me just tell you this. I bet Natalie would have liked you a lot better during COVID.
You know what, Coach?
Because you had that mask on. I bet you looked
Nobody
so
could
good.
smell anybody else's breath at that time either.
With all due respect, I don't think anybody outkicked their coverage any more than you did, Mr. Man. So watch it.
All right,
he's talking to you. I'm single.
You got UAC logo on now. I love that, man.
I made the transition. What is the UAC? We're
I'm
still
not
learning.
sure yet.
That's it right there.
We'll figure it out July 1. I think we figure that out.
Well, I know Little Rock's looking forward to having a little competition with their. I like how Frank Cuervo is calling you guys that team up north or whatever.
Is that what he said?
He's playing the game. He's playing the game.
Travis, I just saw that. I just saw Travis down to league meetings. We're getting all that organized and all that figured out.
That's going to be fun.
No, it'll be great to have that rivalry, that team down south.
That team down south, I like it.
You got it.
Coach, thanks.
All right, man.
Appreciate it. All right. We got to do a Red White Report, and then we'll take a break. And we got some more guests coming up. And
brand new Schembeckler and Woody Hayes going on.
I know.
Here.
It's hilarious. I know. It's funny. Nuts.
Oh, he's awesome.
All right, let's hit the Red White Report.
The Red White Report is brought to you by Ortho Now, your walk-in solution for orthopedic care at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health.
3 sports to update you on today's Red White Report. We'll start with track. By the way, the NCAA championships begin tomorrow in Eugene, Oregon. We'll have a lot of those updates coming on starting tomorrow. But first-year head coach Doug Case was named SEC Men's Outdoor Coach of the Year. Arkansas did win the SEC Indoor and Outdoor Championships, plus the NCAA Indoor National title, and will compete for the outdoor title beginning tomorrow in Eugene. Sprinter Jelani Watkins was named Men's Runner of the Year in the SEC. He was the SEC Outdoor Champion in the 100 and 200 meters, tied the program record in the 100 meters, and set the program record in the 200 meters. Distance runner Ernest Chariot is the newcomer runner of the year in the SEC, transferred out of Texas Tech. We need a lot of people transferring out of Texas Tech. He was the SEC Outdoor 10,000 meter champion. Softball, though, a surprise. Senior shortstop Adalea Rijo has entered the transfer portal. She hit .342 this last year, a career high, 13 doubles, 7 home runs, knocked in 42, and played 182 games for Courtney Deifel's team over 3 years and is now in the transfer portal. That is a big surprise. Football got a commit from 4-star wide receiver Jabari Watkins. He is 6'2", 180 pounds. Chose Arkansas over Georgia, Florida State, K-State, Mizzou, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, amongst others. And is the 14th.
That's a football guy?
That's a football guy. That's right.
Over Georgia, huh?
Don't you like hearing that? A 4-star over K-State, Mizzou, Georgia, Ole Miss?
These are verbal commitments.
They're verbal. You
Okay.
don't have the actual. That's why I don't like the word commitment.
Yeah, no, it's a
for college sports.
Yeah, preference, heavy preference.
For this is who I'm dating now.
Yeah.
Wait until I'm forced to
Put
get
a ring on
married
it.
at
Yeah,
the
put a
age
ring
of
on it.
17 and commit myself to somebody. Yes, these things don't happen much.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, that's your Red Right report. Softball had a player go into the transfer portal, Justin, the starting shortstop. And a lot of people are expecting that she may end up at another school that was playing in Oklahoma City as well that likes to spend a lot of money.
Texas Tech it is. All right, fine.
More reason to root against them.
No doubt I hate him already. All right.
Biggest heel turn in college sports? Never seen anything like it. Penn State. It happened at Penn State for obvious reasons about 15 years ago.
What's that?
A heel turn in college sports. The whole Jerry Sandusky scandal at Penn State. Even people that were just like, Penn State's kind of fun to watch. They really didn't root for them anymore after that.
Fair point. All right, that's the Red White Report. We need to hit a timeout. It is 11:30. Let me check my little calendar. We got Coach Shelby Lewis from Little Rock Central coming up next. I don't see him, but he's supposed to be up here. We've also got a top 10 list from our friends at 10 Fitness. We've got entertainment and birthdays in the next hour as well. And we will visit with Coach Abrahamson from Bryant. They've already got one game under their belts today at this summer shootout. It's the inaugural team camp, not the first annual.
I have to debate Coach Schulman at some point about Pete Rose not being the greatest baseball player of all time.
He's the only person that believes Pete Rose is the greatest baseball player of all time.
Well, I don't even know if he's top 25.
I'll listen to it. He may be one of the hardest working, one of the hardest playing.
Just because you played in the most games of all time doesn't really make you the greatest of all time. I mean, it's the same with LeBron. You could look at it the same way, potentially.
I don't think anybody's making the argument that Pete Rose is the greatest player of all time. He's not the greatest hitter. What's he the greatest at?
Playing in games, like actually being in the lineup, I guess. It helped when he was able to write his own name into the lineup for his last couple of years.
Well,
no one else would have.
Yeah, all due respect. I mean, there are a lot of guys who played in a lot of games, but I don't think they're going to make the argument that they're the best of all time. So
basically, when somebody tells me that Pete Rose was the greatest of all time, that means that you were probably a teenager in the 1970s from Cincinnati or around Cincinnati.
I've literally never heard anyone say it before today. That was the first time.
I argued with David Basil about this once. Well, that's 6 years ago.
I've literally never heard anyone make the argument that Pete Rose is the best player of all time. I never, ever, ever have heard that.
Yeah, I have.
But is he the best defensive player at his position? No.
He played like 5 different
Is
positions.
he the best hitter? I mean, he's not a top 5 hitter all time just because he has the most hits. I make the same argument with Emmitt Smith all the time. Not to disrespect Emmitt Smith, great running back, but I would still take Tony Dorsett in his prime over Emmitt Smith as the number 1 Cowboy running back.
And I am with you 100% on the Pete Rose thing. Like, I can list 25 other players that I would rather have.
That's crazy talk. I don't know whoever made that argument. That's nutty. All right, we're going to hit a break. As we do, I want to tell you about our friends at LeVar Law. Here comes Coach Lewis. We'll talk to him on the other side of the break. If you're hurt in a car, you call LeVar. 1-800-WIN-WIN-1 is the number you call. Talk to real lawyers who know Arkansas, not a call center. They deal with the insurance companies, so you don't have to. Your consultation's free. It's confidential. No fee unless they win. And that's what they do at LeVar Law. They win a lot. For 3 decades plus. Ready when you need them. LeVar Law, injury and accident lawyers, Arkansas built and Arkansas trusted. And it is all about personal attention from an Arkansas-based company that is handling business when you need it the most, when there is an issue. So again, if you're hurt in a car, talk to Alan and his team, and they'll take good care of you. And if you can't get to them, they'll come to you. And it's always confidential. And again, you don't pay unless they win. Pretty good deal. They will take good care of you. We'll be back in a second. We're going to talk a little more hoops momentarily in the zone from Conway. Stick around.
Fence presents Razorback Graffiti every Monday with Morning Mayhem. One sentence to let the guys know how you feel about the Razorbacks from Fence Brokers, going the extra mile.
This is Sports Center.
Texas Tech quarterback Brendan Sorsby was given another chance at playing for the Red Raiders this season. He won a temporary injunction against the NCAA that will allow him to play this season despite initially being ruled ineligible due to violating the NCAA's rules on sports gambling. Sorsby was found to have wagered roughly $90,000 on college and professional sports, including many bets involving the Indiana Hoosiers while he was a freshman on their roster. In a statement, the NCAA said they strongly disagree with the court's ruling and is deeply concerned about the damaging, far-reaching, and broadly destabilizing ramifications of this outcome. This decision has also led multiple schools to ban or halt scheduling against Texas Tech, and the Big Ten and Big 12 conferences are considering implementing that same rule for all their programs. I am Moose with the Buzz Radio Network.
It's the Hustler Summer Sizzler happening now at Cabot Outdoors. Save big this summer with up to $2,000 off select Hustler zero-turn mowers. Grab the X-Ride 60-inch and save $2,000. Enjoy 0% financing for 42 months with approved credit. Payments as low as $330 a month. And don't miss Hustler Raptor deals. Get $250 off or score a free DeWalt tool. Sale ends July 31st. Cabot Outdoors, your source for Hustler and DeWalt equipment. Get mowing today. Online at cabotoutdoors.com.
We got the big deals at the Big Rock.
Arkansas is a Jeep state.
I've been selling Jeeps to people in this great state for 40 years.
So you've seen a lot then.
I'll tell you what I've never seen before is these great deals we got at Chris Crane Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Benton.
That's right. Jeep Wranglers start at $34,950. The fuel-efficient Compass, $399 a month, and the all-new Cherokee, $499 a month.
Come save thousands at Chris Crane Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Alcoa Road in Benton.
Big Lock Benton.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 501-600-2763. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 501-600-2763. That's 501-600-2763.
Take it from Arkansas greats Joe Klein and Pat Bradley.
The big national sports apps are now in Arkansas, taking over Oaklawn and Bentley, which are no longer local,
making Bet Saracen the only real local app.
Still Arkansans' fan fave.
Plus, Bet Saracen is still the official sports betting app of many of the state's colleges and universities.
Bet Saracen, built by Arkansans for Arkansans.
Bet with Arkansans. Bet with Bet Saracen.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET.
Let's get back to more of the show in the Oaklawn Hot Springs studio with your hosts, Justin Acri and Phil Elson.
Just say it'll be good, man.
It'll be good, man.
On the Buzz Radio Network.
All right, we're back at the Ferris Center in Conway. Phil Elson, Justin Acri, Moose back in the studio. We'll all be together again tomorrow. And Thursday, Friday, we're at Dugan's Pub getting you set for the World Cup. They're doing a block party, and if you don't have plans, then join us down there and then go back for the game. I think the United States plays at 8 against Paraguay. And if you do have plans, cancel them and come hang out with us because it's going to be a blast. So we were at an inaugural event, not a first annual event. Point of contention because, you know, we're very touchy about words in our industry. The inaugural summer shootout with UCA. And we're going to talk. I forgot to talk to Coach Shulman. We'll have to get him back on about summer camps. They've got some youth summer camps coming up as well. If you want to come watch some hoops today, there's a small fee. And we've got basketball here all day long. Championship game tonight at the Ferris Center at 6 o'clock. And Shelby Lewis and his Central Tigers 1-0 in this tournament so far, and they'll have a chance to be in that championship game. And, Coach, thanks for coming on with us. How we doing?
Thanks for having me. I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for having us out today.
It's got to be nice to have a high level of competition right up the road from your campus.
Yeah, you know, we do a lot of traveling. We spend a lot of time in the Midwest, going to Missouri, going to Tennessee. We actually played Bartlett last week, and Oklahoma, and all these different places. And so it's actually a pretty refreshing to go 30 minutes down the road and be able to play some high-level competition. So thanks to Coach Schulman and his staff for putting this on. This is a fantastic event. At
Central, you're going to see a lot of these schools during the season. Any hesitation about playing them now?
No. I'm not a guy that, our guys, they live for big moments. They want to play anybody that's good. The old saying, if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best.
Right.
And this is a great time to do that. And so, championships aren't won in the summer. You're building character, you're building trust, you're building chemistry and camaraderie and those things. And the only way you do that, or the best way to do that, is to play the best team. So no, we're welcoming any and all competition this summer.
There's just a different feel to these games than, you're pplaying high school teams. It's a tournament, you want to win and everything, but there's such a different feel to the regular season. There's no pressure to this, is there?
No, not at all. You're absolutely right. Our entire team, we're working on things. I'm working on things. My bench is I'm expanding that, and I'm letting a lot of guys play, whereas, during the season in a conference game, we're playing 12 guys today, probably 7 during in a conference game or a close game. So, no, there's no pressure at all. These guys are just playing and they're enjoying it.
And you were talking about it earlier. So you got a deep team and you want to get guys playing time. So you're not coaching this like you would a regular season game, maybe?
No, not really. The big thing is to get the film. We can learn a lot from the film, and when you play a lot of guys, you want to get those guys in and you want to get film on them, so that you can talk about what they need to work on and what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong. And the only way they can fix those things is if they get an opportunity to play. And so I'm giving a lot of guys an opportunity to play today.
Central High head coach Shelby Lewis joining us here. And again, we're at the Ferris Center. How much is summer ball an exposure opportunity for your guys? How important is that?
Yeah, I think it's really, really important. I tell guys all the time, in November and December, January, a lot of these college coaches, they're coaching their own teams and they're trying to keep their jobs. And so, you're not going to get a whole lot of that. But in the summer, you're going to have coaches out and they're going to be recruiting. And we got a live period coming up next weekend, going up to the Midwest Showcase. And this is a great event to prepare for that. But, yeah, very, very important for these guys to get some exposure while coaches are out and they're searching.
But is summer ball also different in the idea that this is when kids can, I don't know if this is the right word, but experiment a little bit, try new things that you wouldn't try in the regular season?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got guys, I'll say, for instance, we got a kid who started for us as a freshman, Jamie Dunn, and he's extremely talented. I don't even think people know how talented he is. He can step out, he can shoot the three, he can handle the ball, he can make plays for others. And when you get him out there with juniors and seniors, he's not always as comfortable doing that. And I'm telling him, hey, man, if you got it out, like you're on the perimeter, you need to let it go. You need to experiment some, because when he goes back and he plays against kids his age, his size, he looks like a monster. He looks incredible. And so he's got to have that confidence to be able to do some different things out on the floor and not be boxed in by a certain role that he has.
It's interesting because, my daughter is a student at Central, and she was so excited when the seniors already graduated and the juniors elevated to seniors. And so, well, school's not over. You're still a junior. You can't convince her of that.
Oh, yeah.
But now in the summertime, this is when you're seniors for next year. This is when they're first seniors.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And so the biggest thing for those guys is, turning their voices on, being better leaders, being better communicators, and that's what I'm really pushing with this group. We've got 7 seniors on this group, and we've been young for a lot of years, and we're finally get to a point where we got some old guys around, and I'm excited about that.
Yeah. Old guys and a rising sophomore who's
And a
going to be a
rising
stud
sophomore.
inside.
Yeah, absolutely.
That
Absolutely.
helps.
Absolutely.
Where else you headed this summer, Coach?
So we've got tomorrow. We're taking a group down to Searcy. We'll go to Searcy for Wednesday and Thursday, and then on Friday we'll be leaving early in the morning, going to Columbia, Missouri for the Midwest Showcase. That'll be Friday, Saturday.
Oh, that's a long drive, Coach.
It is, I know. And then Monday, Tuesday, we'll be at Summerwood team camp out in Benton at Summerwood Sports.
Okay,
So,
that's a great
big
facility.
schedule. Oh yeah, it is.
That place is amazing.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's a good place to pickleball, too, for old guys like us.
Oh, good,
Yeah,
good.
yeah, just saying. Well, listen, best of luck the rest of the tournament. Good luck this upcoming season, and enjoy your summer. You get any downtime, or you coaching all summer?
You know, so we've got dead period coming up here right after, actually next week. At the end of next week, we've got dead period. Taking the kids and the wife on a cruise. We'll be gone for about 8-day cruise.
Okay.
And then when we get back, it's boots on the ground. We're back at it. So I got about 8 days to myself.
Are you locked in on the NBA Finals, or are you not?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. Great series.
It's turning into one.
It is, man.
We're a little worried there.
Oh, man, it is. The Spurs. I knew the Spurs would take Game 3. I don't know if they're going to take Game 4 though.
No.
I think they'll win at home Game 5. But I think the Knicks probably take it. I think they probably take it in 6.
He's got it all mapped out.
What's your take on Brunson, Coach? It seems like we were talking about him versus Wembanyama. They both had 32 yesterday, but Wemby, everything seems so silly easy to him. And I watch Brunson, and it looks like everything is so hard. I mean, again, he's not the tallest dude, but, God, I respect the way he plays, and he's such a good leader. And I was also commending him for keeping us cool last night when Wemby shoved him down. I mean, that dude deserved a punch in the groin. But anyway, doesn't matter. What do you think of Brunson's game, I guess, and what he's able to do?
I think both players, Wemby and Brunson, are both anomalies on either end of the spectrum. You got the smallest guy on the floor with the biggest heart, can make any shot, can get to any spot on the floor, and he's just a winner. And then you got the biggest guy on the floor that can change the whole game with his length and his size and his ability. I've got a thing for small guards. You know, we had a really great small guard who committed and signed to Arkansas Tech, Clay Blair. We've had a ton of little bitty guards at Central that are playing at the next level. You know,
that being said, if I gave you a 7'4" freshman, would you take it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But I think that kid, I think he's just a winner, man. And it's really, really hard when your best player is 6 foot tall, and that's why I say he's an anomaly, because it doesn't happen all that much.
Right.
And but man, he's a great player, man. And the best thing about him is his lack of athleticism is not a hindrance to him, because he's got great footwork. He's a point guard with big man feet. You know, he's great in the post. He plays off 2 feet, which I'm trying to tell my guys to do all the time. Luke Moore actually came over after the game, and I said, Luke, you got any advice for our guys? He said, play off 2 feet. And I've been saying that for Luke's entire career, and that's what he does for UCA every game. He's fantastic. So I'm hoping that wears off on some of our guys.
Absolutely. Coach, appreciate you coming by.
Yes, sir.
Good
appreciate
luck.
it.
LGT.
Thanks, guys.
All right. That is Shelby Lewis. Good stuff. We got it. Yeah, appreciate you. Got to hit a break. 11:46. We come back. Top 10 list, boys. Top 10. Tuesday.
Uppercut. You never realize what it would if you want to punch Wemby in the groin, you got to uppercut.
Well, Brunson did because he was on the floor basically after it happened. It was pretty violent. And again, Wemby's not the most physical-looking dude, but you get some torque there when you're 7'4".
I was going to say, there's a lot of torque going on in that body.
Yeah, I've played golf with a lot of people who are 6'5" or 6'4" that don't look like they have an ounce of fat or much muscle on them, and they can hit it 10 miles. There's an advantage there.
Do you remember the pitcher that the Travs had, the tallest player in the history of baseball, Luke Van Mill?
6'10"?
7'1".
No, I do not.
He was every bit of 7. He was on the 2011 Travs. Tallest player in the history of baseball. Never made it to the major leagues.
Could he find the strike zone?
Yes. He was a good pitcher. He got to AAA.
There's a lot to go wrong with the mechanics of a 7'1" pitcher.
Well, I think he had wrong mechanics. Something happened while he was hiking one time 6 years ago. He fell and smashed his head and died.
I do remember that story.
He was the nicest guy, too.
Oh, man.
He was the nicest guy. But I'm just watching, I'm thinking of torque. It was like watching all these arms and elbows and ankles and knees come in at home plate.
Yeah. All right, let's hit a break. It's 11:47. And our top 10 list on the other side of the break. Phil Elson, Justin Acri here in Conway at their inaugural team camp event. and the summer shootout in Tennessee, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and it goes through 6 o'clock tonight for that championship game start. They've also got some kids camps coming up. I'll try to get Coach Shulman back on in the final hour. We'll talk to him about that. All right, we are up against it as we head in. Let me tell you about our friends at UAMS. And again, we have talked a lot about the good work they're doing in the world of orthopedics, and there are plenty, unfortunately in basketball, lots of potential orthopedic issues there. If you're getting 500 shots a day, you can have issues with your shoulder. Could be a labrum problem, could be a rotator cuff issue. Anyway, any kind of shoulder, elbow issues, and then of course ankles and knees, big deal when it comes to basketball, obviously. But if you need help, our friends at UAMS are here to help. And any kind of shoulder issue or elbow issue or any other orthopedic problem, they can address it and take care of you. They are very good at what they do. And whether it's a sports injury or arthritis or a long-term or recent condition of any sort, doesn't matter. They're here to help. Fellowship-trained physicians at UAMS Health, Dr. Ryan Hill, Dr. Justin Rabinowitz, providing advanced care for a wide range of shoulder and elbow conditions with treatment plans designed to reduce pain and improve function and get you back to your everyday life pain-free. If you've been sitting around in pain for a while, you know what it's like, and it is not fun. But these folks can help you get back up and running. They are the official sports medicine provider for Razorback Athletics. 501-686-TOSH, 501-686-8674. Stick around.
Hi, this is Quinn Grove. When you need expert health care, UAMS Health is here for you. From cancer and heart care to neurology, obstetrics, orthopedics, and more, UAMS Health provides advanced care across a wide range of specialties, backed by research, innovation, education, and a commitment to improving lives. That's care you can trust. From UAMS Health, the official orthopedics and sports medicine provider for Razorback Athletics. For appointments, call 501-686-8000.
This is Thomas Blackman's Blackman Auction. Since 1938, we've handled many different types of auctions. We sold bulldozers, excavators, farm tractors, farms, locomotives, fully custom rail cars, vehicles, Harley-Davidsons, cows, lake houses, hunting properties, pickups, heavy trucks, big trailers, plus hundreds of other random things. Honestly, if it's for sale, we probably sold it. Our knowledge and experience is priceless, much like your hard-earned assets. Since 1938, better auctions have always been Blackman Auctions.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
Your dog is limping, but she seems fine. Plus, you've heard they can fake it just to get what they want. So what's the deal now? You're being gaslit.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Oh, now she switched legs. What a diva.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
Now at Lowe's, faster quotes start at the Lowe's Pro Desk. Got a material list handwritten on a sticky note or saved as a photo? Perfect. Bring it to us and get a quote in minutes. And if you don't see what you need on the shelf, we'll help you get it. You can access thousands of products beyond what's available in-store or on Lowe's.com, right from the Lowe's Pro Desk. Build quotes faster and source the materials you need to keep your jobs moving. Just like that, at Lowe's.
Welcome to Moe's. Everyone knows that coming into Moe's for our Mo Monday special is the best deal in burritos. But what about those other 6 days? Well, let me introduce the new Mo Value Meal. Junior burrito, side of queso, chips, salsa, and a fountain drink for only $9.99. And the best part? It's available all day, every day at Moe's Southwest Grill. Now here's my daughter Andy Kate with a special reminder.
Remember, kids eat free on Sundays. Welcome to Moe's.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome back to The Zone, live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs studio with your hosts, Justin Acri and Phil Elson.
I'd listen to that on the radio.
On 103.7 The Buzz. It's Top 10 Tuesday in the Zone, highlighting a different top 10 list each week. Presented by the #1 gym, 10 Fitness. With 13 locations, they offer affordable, high-quality gyms with expert trainers. Join today, 10 Fitness. Your best life starts here.
All right, our top 10 list. And by the way, Moose, you didn't send me any pictures this weekend. I assume you did not fly to Memphis, but all of our top 10 list is about flying. But I wanted some pictures from your trip to Flight, and I didn't get any.
Yeah, the meat flight.
Meat flight.
Cool, I'll send it to you. It was incredible. As billed again, it was perfect. So perfect.
What was on your meat flight?
Okay, so we split a steak one and a seafood one, and it was a ribeye, a filet, and then an elk filet as well. And they each came with their own sides. One of them was like a pillowy, kind of doughy ravioli type thing. And then on the seafood, it was a scallop, fried shrimp, and then like a Benedict with lobster. Man, it was good. I was blown away. And then we did a salad flight to start too, so it was like a little bit of a Caesar, a little bit of a watermelon and feta salad. Man, it was, oh my God. It was incredible.
$700 later. It was a great meal.
Dude. All words I never associated flights with.
Yeah,
under 200.
Okay.
With
That's
drinks.
really good work.
That's with drinks, yeah.
By the way, if I may give a free plug for one of our local grocery stores, I was at Edwards yesterday, luckily, and they had bone-in ribeyes for $12.99 a pound.
Get out.
And I maybe made the best ribeye I've ever made in my life last night. Maddox and I smashed.
I know where I'm going after the show.
So good. All right. This is about a different kind of flight. It's about flying through the air in a metal tube. And this is a top 10 list. It's actually 11 of things that gate agents reveal, the things they never do when they fly. And what that means is, to you, the average person, is that you also should probably not do these things when you fly, you unaware morons.
It means they're rolling their eyes at you.
Don't be a problem. Don't be the issue. Be the solution. Be part of the solution. All right, one of the things on the list, standing in the boarding area before my group is called. One thing I never do is stand near the gate before my boarding group is actually called, says a former American Airlines gate agent. There's really no point in waiting around and crowding the boarding area. Yes, here's my thing. If you're in Group 4 and they just called Group 3, to stand up and shake off the cobwebs and start heading that direction's fine. But don't get right up by the door if you're 4 groups away.
Right.
It's absolutely idiotic. Now, I am a firm believer, because I'm usually carrying equipment, that I am absolutely not going to check under the plane. And they'll be like, can we take your bag? No, you can't. This thing costs $3,000. You want to cover it? Didn't think so. I'm going to hold on to it. Anyway, so I always, like, at the beginning of Group 5 or 4 or 3 or whatever I'm in, I am there at the beginning to make sure that I'm going to be one of the people who's going to keep my bag. So you got to be kind of, on top of that kind of thing. Asking for a last-minute seat change during boarding. Once they start boarding, it's over.
Who does
missed your window? People do things.
Is it always people with young kids that can't sit with them and they got...
Here's my thing. You get there, when you get there 30 minutes, an hour, 45 minutes, whatever, before the flight, before they start boarding, it's fine to go to the gate agent and say, hey, look, I'm traveling with XYZ. We would like to sit together. Is there anything you can do? That's totally fine. But when they start the boarding process, that's not the time to ask. Trying to board with more than 2 items. You get a carry-on and a personal item. A carry-on and a personal item. That's all you get. That's all you get.
And then they're surprised when they get up there and they have to move one or put one in another bag. They're like, what? I didn't know this. They've said it 50 times.
The other airline let me do it.
Another one on here, forgetting to get your boarding documents ready. Have your boarding pass ready, and if you need it, have your passport ready or your ID. I mean, what are we doing? Don't act like it's your first time.
That's a rule for every line you've ever been in ever. Have what you need ready while you wait in the line. Duh.
This person says, I don't argue. Okay, arguing over bin space. I will argue over bin space, so apparently I'm wrong on this one.
That's because you've also got a bag with $3,000 of equipment in it.
Exactly, and so that's my whole thing. It's the only reason I care. I don't care what. You can check everything I own. I don't care. I don't like carrying my bag around the airport either. But when I'm traveling for work, I got to have this tie line or whatever, and I'm keeping it on my person. Assuming the gate agent will offer or provide freebies or upgrades, I never assume anything, but it's nice when you get them. Trying to switch seats without checking first. People I cannot tell you how many times it happens on a commercial flight with an assigned seat. Now, I'm not talking the old Southwest days, where people are like sitting in 14B when they were assigned 27F. It's like, dude, you don't just get to sit wherever you want. Somebody's probably sitting in that seat in the first place. And there's also a weight and balance thing that they have all figured out, and we all agree, right? We want the plane to be balanced and weighted correctly.
Yeah, that was the thing I didn't appreciate until I was an adult. The balance of the plane.
Putting a personal item in the overhead bin, no. But once everybody's got their stuff on, fine. Assuming the agent is withholding information or help, they're not the enemy. So give them a little bit of grace. And then it says, being inconsiderate during boarding. Yes, again, these people are here to help you generally. They may not always have a great attitude either, but 99% of the time I will tell you the first face I see on that plane is smiling broadly, and they are very helpful. And they say good morning, and I say good morning or good afternoon or whatever the case may be. So, again, let's be graceful and understanding, respectful, and self-aware is the biggest thing. I wish people were just more self-aware. If I was going to rub kindness or self-awareness on people, I would start with self-awareness. People are very clueless in most cases. Use some common sense, folks. There you go.
Willie D's Dueling Pianos has not moved yet. They're still rocking right here in the Little Rock River Market. You'll find dueling pianos upstairs, DJs downstairs, karaoke on Tuesdays, and great food and drinks every week. Willie D's moves to Argenta later in 2026, so right now, join the party where it's always been. Reserve your table and learn more at WillieD'sPianoBar.com.
Willie D's Dueling Pianos. Come and get your Willie on.
June is Men's Health Month. Be honest, you'll take care of your truck before you take care of yourself. Pushing through, ignoring the symptoms, saying I'm fine until you're not. Arkansas Urology has free men's health screenings at every location, weekdays from 8 to 10 by appointment. Catching problems early could save your life. It's Men's Health Month, so put yourself back on the list with Arkansas Urology. 501-219-8900 or arkansasurology.com. Arkansas Urology. Strong men take care of their health.
Catch the Buzz's ticker on our social media platforms presented by Luxury Pool & Spa in Conway and Russellville. Celebrating 50 years in business. LuxuryPoolArkansas.com.
Why so serious? Sports talk and entertainment. Let's put a smile on that face. 103.7 The Buzz. Buzz News with KARK's Gary Burton Jr.
We're learning more details about the judge's dismissal of murder charges against Lono County Sheriff candidate Aaron Spencer. According to the court order, the charges were dismissed with prejudice, which means they cannot be refiled. However, the prosecutor can appeal the ruling. Spencer was facing charges in the 2024 deadly shooting of Michael Fossler, who was allegedly accused of sexually abusing Spencer's daughter. The judge said investigators mishandled some of the evidence. Spencer will face Democrat Brian Mitchell Sr. and Independent Larry Binky for the Lono County Sheriff in November's general election. And looking ahead, UAMS is bringing on the Summer of Smiles next week, offering free dental services for children. The clinic is happening at the Freeway Medical Towers on West 10th Street on Monday, June 15th. It'll be open from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm KARK's Gary Burton Jr.
Get in the conversation with live fan feedback at 1037thebuzz.com. Presented on the Zone by Rainbow Restoration. When the unthinkable happens to your home or business, damage from water, smoke, fire, or mold, let Rainbow Restoration make you whole again. RainbowRestores.com. They restore, you recover.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
Dangerous heat is expected for Tuesday. We'll see heat index values up to or in excess of 105 degrees. Air temperature values in the low to mid 90s with partly sunny to mostly sunny skies. Calm southwesterly winds will be hot like this through Thursday. And then rain chances increase Friday into the weekend. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm Arkansas Storm Team meteorologist Jenna Warner.
New Benihana promotion. Monday and Tuesday, lunch and dinner, 10% off of everything on the menu. Come to Benihana's.
Looking for burgers, barbecue, beer, bourbon, ball games, and brunch? Look no further than Ouachita Bar and Grill, 915 Central Avenue in beautiful downtown Hot Springs. Ouachita Bar and Grill, family and pet friendly, with indoor and outdoor seating available. Bingo Bango Brunch, served on Sundays from 11 till 3, with live music Thursday through Saturday. Take a look on Facebook to see what events they've got going on this week, and join the fun at Ouachita Bar and Grill, Central Avenue, downtown Hot Springs.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability, making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
FanDuel, in partnership with Oaklawn Sports, is now available right here in Arkansas. The biggest stage in world soccer is only a few days away, and every goal changes every single thing. And now FanDuel is giving you a reason to root for every single goal. Introducing Every Goal Pays. Get to FanDuel in partnership with Oaklawn Sports and bet on a match and get bonus bets for every goal scored in that match. That's right, more goals means more bonus bets, and all you have to do is turn on your token. Visit FanDuel.com/Arkansas to get started now. Let there be goals on FanDuel. Turn on your token. FanDuel in partnership with Oaklawn Sports has you taken care of. 21 plus and present in Arkansas. Opt-in is required. Must apply bonus token. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions do apply. See terms at sportsbookfanduel.com. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Randy Rainwater from Drive Time Sports. Coming up Thursday, wide open show just for you. We'll talk to Neil Atkinson from Bet Saracen. Trey Biddy thanks to Chris Crane Hyundai and Genesis of Conway. Kevin Hoop Scoop McPherson from Hogville.net. That gives us plenty of time to answer your calls throughout the show. Join us from 4 to 7 on 103.7 The Buzz.
Shipments of spring and summer fashions are arriving at Bell & Sword. That means swimwear from Saks, Peter Noir golf wear and shirts, Johnny O's store within a store. Be sure to check out the Faraday line and Martin Dingman shoes and leather goods. So hurry in for a great value on quality men's clothing at Bell & Sword for your spring and summer items, and you'll look fantastic. Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street in downtown Conway on Facebook and Instagram.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account.
When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything.
Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes...
Your dog is limping, but she seems fine. Plus, you've heard they can fake it just to get what they want. So what's the deal now? You're being gaslit.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Oh, now she switched legs. What a diva.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
Golf is a game of precision and power. Every detail matters. The same must be true for luxury. Genesis delivers with every stroke of craftsmanship, every stitch of quality, and every surge of performance. During the Genesis Signature event, get 0.99% financing on a new GV80 or GV70. Experience the Genesis GV80 or GV80 Coupe for yourself at Genesis of Conway. The future of luxury today.
You're in the zone. Arkansas's longest-running midday sports talk show. Coming to you live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort.
20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name.
With your hosts, Justin Acri and Phil Elson on the Buzz Radio Network.
Feel so unlike everybody else, alone in spite of
The Zone is on the road at the University of Central Arkansas as they kick off their UCA men's basketball summer shootout and basketball camps. Visit UCAMBBSummerCamps.com for dates and availability. Now, back to our water boys, Justin Acri and Phil Elson on 103.7 The Buzz.
Got a picture connects, never asking for someone's help or to get some respect. Please only focus on what he wrote. His will is beyond reach, and now it all let's go.
All right, welcome back. We are at the inaugural summer shootout here. UCA hosting high school teams from Oklahoma and Tennessee and the great state of Arkansas. Bartlett is on the floor right now out of Tennessee, and they were ranked 7th in the nation last season.
Well, this should be fun to watch.
Yeah, they're missing a couple of key guys from injury. I guess two of the kids are like an NBA sort of, it's like a prep camp but it's an NBA-connected thing, and so it's a very big honor for two of their players to be there, and then another kid has an injury. But they have their top 5 players back, so when the season starts, they're going to be really nasty again, more than likely.
That's where my appointment was. Beautiful Bartlett. It was gorgeous out there.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, hopefully there's some good mojo then.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Anyway, so yeah, this has been fun to watch some of these kids go. The one thing about this is, unlike what you get with an AAU, and again, I'm sure there are plenty of kids who defend well in AAU too, but these kids are playing their butts off because this is for school teams. This is not AAU basketball. Now, they're playing multiple games, and I'm sure by the end of the day they're going to be pretty tuckered out. But anyway, it's been fun to watch. So,
never watched a single AAU basketball game. I wouldn't know what that. I wouldn't know.
I played in AAU basketball when I was a kid. I mean, we didn't play a lot of tournaments because we weren't like that level, but we would play in some AAU stuff in the summertime. It was fun, but we were never great. But whatever.
They must really like you here too at UCA.
Yeah, they're pretty nice to me.
It's a nice little. I don't know what to call that. It's not a plaque.
Yeah, it's like a memory. Framed up memory of them winning the ASUN titles. So.
It's a piece of nostalgia.
Yeah, I'm probably hanging in my office.
It's great.
Yeah, very cool. Anyway, Phil Elson, Justin Acri here. Moose is back in the studio, and we were talking about our question of the day earlier. We need to revisit that quickly.
Yeah, question of the day is, since Georgia and Nebraska have now openly said they will no longer schedule Texas Tech for any athletic event, should Arkansas do the same thing and never schedule a Texas Tech team for any of the Arkansas teams? Here's the thing, though. They already got Texas Tech on the football schedule.
Yeah.
For now. 2030, 2031, and 2034. Maybe in the next 4 years we'll have this Brendan Sorsby situation figured out, and whether or not Texas Tech wants to abide by the rules that everybody thought we were going to abide by. And, you know, here's the thing that really this hinges upon, because the Big 12 is talking about this today. There are 2 schools that have already begun the conversation of should we not play against Texas Tech. TCU and K-State have suggested, according to the ESPN article, that the other teams in the league should maybe elect to not play against Texas Tech. And I just don't even know what that would look like.
Yeah.
If you elect to not play a game that's on your schedule, is that a forfeit?
Well, no, they won't do that. But what they'll do is they'll ask for financial compensation. So that's going to be a tough one to pull off because it's a matter of if you want to write that check or not. Because Texas Tech is going to go, okay, everybody's mad at us. We're just going to let you out of the contracts, and we'll go find another opponent. They're not going to do that. They're going to say, fine, then write us a number. And it might be in the contract. Like, if you want to buy our way out of the game, that's fine, but it's going to cost you $1 million.
But it's the Big 12 that actually assigns, each of their teams.
I'm talking about for the non-conference.
For the non-conference,
yeah.
Right. If the Big 12 schools were to say, we refuse to play this school, then right then and there, that removes. I was listening about this earlier. When you look at the value of the television deal for the Big 12, be about $40 million for the entire college football season if you remove Texas Tech from Big 12 football inventory.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
No. Well, I'm curious to see what the listeners think. And I don't mind playing them. I mean, again, the whole thing is they're sort of on the far end of the spectrum on the grossness of buying teams right now, and so they're easy to hate on for sure. And I'm going to have you can you grab one of those other headsets that aren't quite as hot? That'd be helpful. Yeah, perfect. Sorry. Only took me 2.5 hours to figure it out. I'm a pretty smart guy. That's so much better. As Phil manhandles it.
How's this one?
That's 1,000 times better.
Wow. I didn't realize that my mouth would gather up so much basketball sound.
Yeah, your mic was really, really hot. So anyway, that sounds way better. This is what I expected it to sound like all day, so that was my fault. Anyway, so that's question of the day if you want to get in. A little bit of our text here from Middleton Heat and Air. Sorry I haven't gotten to these earlier. Any girls teams? No. 16 boys teams. They're playing here, Conway High School, and in the practice gym here in Conway. We were talking about Pete Rose earlier. Coach Shulman, who I adore, is insane and said that Pete Rose was the greatest player of all time, which is nuts. He embodied the exemplariness of giving it all you had to win. That is Pete Rose. I was born in 1968, and the Reds were my team, Mike and Brian. Mike, I know a lot of guys who played really hard but weren't nearly as talented or as good as a lot of other guys.
Pete Rose was truthfully, he did embody a specific way to play the game. That's why his nickname was Charlie Hustle. I mean, but that nickname went to him, in a negative way, because he sprinted out a walk in his rookie season. But there was a selfishness to Rose late in his career. That's the only way he would have gotten his name in the lineup, was to be the manager of the team.
Yeah.
While he's breaking a record. And the gambling on your team, that's supposed to be, this is what Coach Schulman was talking about earlier. There's supposed to be examples for poor conduct, for wrong conduct. And for over a century, that was the Black Sox, the 1919 Chicago White Sox, and all those players. And Shoeless Joe, at the top of the list. And then Rose became that cautionary tale. But it turns out maybe that this is only for professional sports. Because apparently you can gamble in college sports and still play.
I just hope that something happens. And, again, because you can't teach examples to people when people see examples of the opposite taking place. It's just ridiculous. This guy says, again, I couldn't disagree with you more from the 870. These schools acting like they're taking the moral high ground by refusing to play Texas Tech is laughable. Georgia, give me a break. Their players have been the worst as far as breaking the law. Yeah, we're talking about criminal activity that they are punished for and not allowed to play. If you do things that are break the law, you're going to be suspended in some way. And, again, that's always been the case. There have always been kids who smoke weed or do drugs or, run afoul of the law in some other way, and they're punished however the school decides to do it. You may not think it's appropriate, but when you break an NCAA law, that's the difference. This is breaking an NCAA rule versus breaking the law. Breaking the law, it's got to be dealt with internally largely, and breaking NCAA rules has got to be dealt with by the NCAA, and they have no teeth, and they can't do anything about it clearly, because then you just run to a local judge or an in-state judge. Somebody pointed out to me, this judge recused, and now it's a judge out of Houston. I don't give a damn. It's still ridiculous, and if you do something this egregious, to act like, I should still be able to play is insane.
Look, there may be a culture issue with the Georgia football program in terms of speeding, cars and everything that's happened there, but that's off-field stuff. It has nothing to do with the actual field of competition and whether or not the people who are on your team might actually be playing that sport to try to win the game or make money from some bet that they've got. That's the whole point of this.
Or using insider information. The same thing that gets people in trouble every day. Martha Stewart went to jail for it. You could look at that for gambling as well.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, Moose, is the reason you can't, as a college athlete, bet on college sports is because you live down the hall from a kid that plays football, right? And you're a basketball player. You think you don't know that the starting quarterback might be out, that you're going to have information that's not available to the general public? That's why you shouldn't have them gambling on any collegiate sports.
But I also think that this deal with Brendan Sorsby is the straw that broke the proverbial camel's back in a lot of colleges' ways on how they view Texas Tech. So, I mean, they're front and center about NIL and going above and beyond the legal limit that was supposed to be agreed to for this house settlement. Now, a lot of other schools are also tampering. I think Texas Tech...
I want to back that up. The money part of it is not enforceable. It's under review, and it's not going to probably be enforceable because there's antitrust issues there. But that's what obviously they're trying to work out on Capitol Hill. But the point is, as far as the money goes, it's gross, but it's not outside the realm at this point. Anyway, carry on, sorry.
Well, and you also have Texas Tech trying to... lead the way for pooling media rights together. The SEC and the Big Ten don't want this. To me, it just looks like Texas Tech is so out front and center in a way that is pushing against it's not that it's an establishment of college sports, because we don't know what college sports feels like right now. It's just they're the ones that are out there that feels like they're rule-breaking, pushing things farther than anybody else. And to me, this one aspect is the straw that broke the camel's back.
The generally accepted practice, I think, is what you're looking for. I mean, it's like, we're all like, this is gross, but we're all doing this. And they're like, we're way over here. So, yeah, they're making themselves a pariah, which Lubbock has been as a city for a long time anyway in the middle of nowhere. So now they can be on their own little island. Lubbock Island.
I've still never been to Lubbock.
You're not missing anything. I've been there multiple times. We were talking about shark attacks earlier today as part of our I did not see that coming. And I was talking about how rare it is, and I didn't realize that. I still don't like to go out past, waist deep. Not to say that I couldn't be bitten by a shark, but I give myself like at least a 50% chance to get back to shore alive if I encounter a shark where I can kind of get to moving around. That's probably way too optimistic.
Yeah, if you're not outrunning a bear in the woods, we're not outrunning a shark in the ocean.
Probably not, but the point is I don't like to go out too far where you're completely screwed. Like if you can't even touch, I'm like, forget it. I ain't doing that. I always told my kids, same thing as the deep end and the shallow end. The water's exactly the same. The water's the same 5 feet from shore as it is 50 feet from shore, and I don't need to be out there.
I'm not going far out there, but it's not because of sharks. It's like my grandmother always used to warn me because they lived in Fort Lauderdale, and be like, Phil, don't go too far out there. The undertow's going to pull you in.
That's another concern.
I always thought there was a monster.
But what the stat I gave was, and this is according to this report I found this morning, a total of 6 confirmed unprovoked shark attacks have been reported in Escambia County since tracking began in 1882. And somebody asked a great question because I thought the same thing this morning over coffee at 5:30. Who provokes a shark attack? Now, we're just doing the provoked ones, not the ones that are out there teasing the sharks and telling them how soft and lame they are. We're talking about the ones where the shark just completely comes out of nowhere. Now, the one guy that got bitten recently by this bull shark, he hooked it while he was fishing. And I'm like, if you're fishing for something other than shark and you get a shark up close to the shore, you cut the shark loose. You don't bring it in and try to get the hook out of its mouth, you stupid idiot.
You want to play Jaws.
If you get bit, that's on you. That is a provoker.
That
Thank
would be
you.
provoking the shark.
Anyway, I'm sorry, Moose, you were trying to say something.
Well, I was just curious on the NCAA. Like, I know we're past this now, but
that's okay.
I mean, how feckless? How just no power? What does this mean that any judge in any state can just be like, nah, he can play? I'm circumventing your entire set of rules to say that actually he can do whatever he wants. What does that
One word
mean?
for you here.
This is
One
insane.
word. This is why the NCAA wants and needs antitrust. That's how you get through. That's how you get it out of the courts is antitrust.
Yeah. From the 615 of all places over in Tennessee, maybe you got some Bartlett fans here. If the Knicks lose the series, I can see the ESPN 30 for 30 special now entitled "The Curse of Donald Trump," directed by none other than Spike Lee. That would be hilarious, actually. And it's I didn't realize it. I'll tell you what, I meant to put this in. I did not see that coming, but we got a little tight up. Thanks again to Moe's for sponsoring that segment, by the way. I cannot believe that is the first time a sitting president came to an NBA Finals game. I think about Clinton. I think about Obama. I mean, guys that like basketball, and you never went to a Finals game? That's amazing to me.
I know. It doesn't surprise me, but I just don't. Like, when's the last time he was at a World Series game or the Super Bowl?
Well,
they're on the camera. They're on the TV.
Trump's been to the Super Bowl, right?
Who?
Trump?
Right, that's what I mean. He likes these. He goes to all of these events. I mean, he likes. It's not a matter that he likes the adulation because I don't think he cares if he gets booed either because he was booed last night.
I think generally speaking, I mean, most of our presidents have been sports fans in some form or fashion.
But I don't think they've gone to the big event the way that Trump does.
Yeah, he does everything big.
But
he's got to go to a World Cup game too, right?
Probably will, is my guess.
Yeah, he said he wanted to do that. It might be the reason why. It might be exactly what happened last night. It ruined the event for people outside of the arena, right? Like blocks and blocks and blocks are shut down. And these are businesses that would be making their biggest payday of the year. And they got nobody. No foot traffic or actual cars were allowed for blocks around there. And then all the watch parties. They were supposed to do big watch parties outside of MSG. They couldn't do that either.
Yeah.
That's probably why it doesn't happen all the time.
I don't understand the thinking there. Why you can't do a watch party because the president's coming to your game does not make sense to me at all. I will say...
Well, that's from them, though. That's from the president. That's not from MSG.
Yeah, I just don't understand the thinking there. I'd be like, well, fine, then you can't come. I mean, this is what we do. That's
right.
stupid to ruin this experience for thousands of people. I also saw a picture 4 hours before they tipped it off, and it was media members 100 and something deep trying to get into the building. And I'm like, I'm all for added security. You should have tight security anyway. But if it's going to be that inefficient, then, again, you got to ask yourself, is it worth it? You know, it's like Taylor Swift. I wonder if they did anything different when she went to the Cavaliers game the other day.
Well, here's the thing about Trump. It's like he's from New York. For years, he was all about remaking the skyline of Manhattan and wanted to have the tallest buildings that he possibly could to stand out. You want to talk about a way to affect Manhattan is to be the president of the United States who wants to go to Game 3 of the NBA Finals. And they literally will clear out a large section of Midtown New York for you. I think he likes that.
Here's my other thing. Why do you tell anybody? I mean, obviously you need the people who are doing the security to know, hey, the president's coming in the house. But I don't know why you want it to get out in the public. Why would we want the public to know that? Because, again, if I'm going to plan something, I would have to know that it was going to happen. I don't understand the thinking there. Anyway, 2 things this person says. Gambling by players opens up more avenues for the mafia and ways to throw games. Okay. College sports are on the verge of losing their popularity, kind of like Major League Baseball went on strike, and it took Sosa McGuire home runs to raise and to save baseball.
Are we really, how do we know that college sports are on the verge of losing their popularity? The ratings are great.
Yeah, that doesn't feel true at all, especially football.
Every time I hear somebody talk about that I can't watch college sports anymore, it's like, well, that's fine. You can watch what you want to watch, but the ratings say there's enough people watching.
It doesn't feel the same as when I was a kid. When guys went to school and stayed for 4 years and they loved their school and they would never consider leaving the school for, and again, there was no money, so it's hard to say that, but, I mean, maybe they would have. I think we've had guys on the air. Felix Jones told us, hey, look, if somebody would have written me a check back in the day, I might have had to consider going somewhere else. So, again, I get it, but I'm like, it is never going to feel the same way as it did when I was a kid, when guys were like, this guy is a Cyclone, and he is going to be an Iowa State Cyclone or a Razorback or whatever your school was, and he's going to stay there for his 4 years, or if he's good enough to go professional early, go to the pros. Transferring to another school for a guy who was high profile, playing a lot as a starter, a star of a team, was never even a consideration, and now it happens every day.
Yeah, that's true, but professional sports didn't feel the same thing 30 years ago and 30 years before that. These are just progressions. And right now you got wild, wild west in college sports. At some point there will be a structure that fits. It won't look the way it does right now. You'll be saying the exact same thing, that this is not the same college sports I knew from 10 years ago, 20 years ago.
Yeah. I think you're totally right, Phil. That's kind of been my thoughts on this from the get-go, is we are going to overcorrect now, I think. I think we started off with no guardrails, exactly like you said. We were just letting them be free, and there's no contracts, there's nothing they're held to, anything. Yeah, it's going to overcorrect eventually and start to have to find the middle ground soon.
We got to go to entertainment. It'll be brief, but let's hit it.
Today's entertainment report is brought to you by Bell & Sword Gentlemen's Clothing in Conway. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram, or stop by Bell & Sword's new and larger location at 1011 Oak Street.
All right, you guys want a bigger scumbag than Brendan Sorsby by a long shot? Nick Reiner wants the money he says he's owed from the trust his parents, Rob and Michelle Reiner, set up for him, and he awaits trial for killing them.
Oof.
According to court documents obtained by TMZ, the 32-year-old filed a petition Monday requesting the distribution of money he says was supposed to be paid out from the trust when he turned 30. Said he tried to hire a lawyer, Alan Jackson, who was the high-profile attorney that represented Karen Reed in that issue out in Boston, to help him fight the charges, which he says his siblings agreed to. He claims the trustee refused to pay Jackson, which caused him to depart the case. According to the petition, Nick told the trustee, time is of the essence. You think? Anyway, so he has been charged with killing his parents. I don't think there's a whole lot of debate as to whether he did it. There's only discussion as to why he did it and the level of mental capacity. And I'm all for allowing for mental illness, but I also would say you can't commit a crime. Now, I would say it's not tied to an inheritance, though. It's a trust that he was supposed to get at 30, not when his parents died. So he may have a legal argument here, disgusting as it may be.
Well, how doesn't that money just get locked up for years?
But why?
He's locked up?
Why? He was supposed to get it when he turned 30, not when his parents died. It's not an inheritance.
Understand, but how can he spend it when he's in prison?
On an attorney.
Just on the attorney.
That's all. And that's what he needs it for. That's what he wants it for.
And as
gross as he is, and as gross as that is, I almost from a legal standpoint, not being a lawyer, I can't hardly argue to the contrary.
I guess so. Yeah, there's legal recourse behind it. I don't know what to say. It's kind of wild.
Here's what I thought. I already thought he was going to go maybe, get a bad afterlife, but he may be in a bad room in the bad afterlife, too.
The ninth circle of hell, like the actual bottom of it?
Yes, maybe so. Okay, here's a cup half full take, and then we'll do birthdays. I like Sammy Hagar, and I'm probably in a minority. I don't know if it's 49%. I don't know if it's 5%. I liked when Sammy Hagar was in Van Halen. I liked their songs. It's different than when David Lee Roth was there, but I like them both. Anyway, he's had to move several dates in the UK recently to smaller venues because of low ticket sales. But instead of crying about it, he says, I love the fact we've moved it to smaller venues so it'll be full instead of playing some big giant place that holds 12,000, but there's only 6,000 people there. The ambiance of that is so much different, and that's why we changed it. Listen, if you're a superstar or a former superstar and I can see you in an intimate setting, I want to do that. Like, I would love to, happen into Cabo Wabo one night while I'm in Cabo San Lucas, and there's Sammy Hagar on stage with a band. That would be unbelievably cool to me. I'd much rather do that than see him at Simmons Bank Arena.
He probably would have more fun, too. We used to go when I was a student in Indiana, and I didn't have the fake IDs or anything, but every once in a while you would hear how John Mellencamp just showed up and started playing to however dozens of people inside this sports bar.
That would be awesome.
That would be incredible. He probably still plays to. You think Mellencamp plays? He doesn't play to 12,000 now. Think he would?
12,000?
Mellencamp?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
He still make 12,000?
You don't think he can sell 12,000 seats?
Yeah, probably
he can. In Indiana?
Yes, for sure. Yes.
I'm not sure he couldn't do it here. I don't know. I don't know what you would get from it. I don't know. That's a good question. I'd go see him.
I would too.
If John Mellencamp came to Little Rock tomorrow, I would buy tickets.
Would he need 2 other acts with him? You know, does he need Joan Jett? And
I don't know that he's that. I don't know. Am I insane that I think he could still sell 12? Michael Marion, Jana, you think John Mellencamp could sell 12 grand? I don't know. Anyway, he needs the money. He's been helping fund Indiana's football program. All right. I just wrote down Moose's real name. That was weird. All right, Phil, here we go. Let's go. Birthdays here. We got tickets to go see. Again, I don't know a lot about it, but apparently, speaking of the arena, this Dude Perfect stuff is all the rage. And I don't know what they do in a live show, but we got tickets for you. Dude Perfect Squad Game Tour. It's July 12th. We've got a pair of tickets for you right now at 501-661-1037.
Birthday Trivia in the Zone is brought to you by Brewski's Pub and Grub, your home for lunch, happy hour, and late night, with locations in Little Rock and North Little Rock. Come get your grub on.
Well, here we go. Billy wants to talk about MSG, so we'll get to him in a second. Yeah, just one second. Yep. Anthony, I'm going to put you with Moose. And come on. Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. Dude, perfect tickets coming your way.
I can't work this stupid mouse, but it's Jay on the other one for Phil.
That'll be fine. That's actually just as fine. And then he hung up, or you dumped him. And we'll try again. You want to get somebody else? You know, Moose gets one day off work, and he completely loses his mind.
It's the phones. I'm trying.
People are not quick enough.
Who's on 3? Hey, what's your name? Hey, what's your name? Oh, there's Jay. All right, Jay's on there. Okay, good. All right, let's go. Ready? Trivia first. On this day in history, in 2007, Rags to Riches outdueled Curlin in a breathtaking stretch run to win the Belmont. What was special about Rags to Riches?
3 legs.
He was 4 years old.
It's not possible.
I have no idea.
5th leg was dragging the ground.
People. No, but you're on the right track, even though you're just being silly.
He lost his rider. He crossed the finish line with nobody riding.
You can't win that way.
Okay.
Rags to Riches was a filly.
Oh.
Yeah, Rags to Riches was a filly. So here's the deal. I looked it up this morning. 3 fillies have won the Kentucky Derby, 6 fillies have won the Preakness, and 3 fillies have won the Belmont. And Rags to Riches was the last one. The previous winner as a filly, Tanya, 1905. Rags to Riches did it in 2007. Okay, no point there. Also, I looked at this, too. This is another horse racing question. Right up your alley, Phil. On this day in history, Justified won the 13th Triple Crown. It was the last time that a horse has won the Triple Crown, and it may be the last time until they change the setup of the races, although we did have a horse get 2 out of 3 this year. So, what year did Justify win the Triple Crown?
2017.
What do you say there, Moose?
I was going to say 2013.
2018. All right. Birthdays. This man is not solely responsible, but largely responsible for intriguing my career in broadcasting because he seemed like he was having so much fun. And I thought, man, that's a job that you can get paid for?
David Letterman?
What a cool deal. Sports broadcasting, basketball specific.
Marv Albert.
Al Michaels.
No.
ESPN largely. Former
Mike Breen.
College and professional head coach.
Dick Vitale.
Dickie V. Phil. How old is Dickie V today?
83.
Moose?
Ooh,
or
sorry.
Phil, go ahead. No.
I said 83.
All right, Moose.
84.
87. This guy's an actor, and he has he's played a lot of different roles over the years, including husband of a crazy person.
Johnny
But that was
Depp.
in real life.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp's exactly right, Moose. How old?
61.
Pass the red wine. Hello?
63.
Bingo bango.
Oh.
This guy is an actor, and he was very impressed that you could build a time machine out of a DeLorean.
Michael J.
That's
Fox.
Michael J. Fox.
That's right. MJ Fox beat you to it. How old?
Michael J. is 64.
64. No. Moose.
He is 66.
65. No point awarded. Last but not least.
Why do I keep doing that?
This woman has she's appeared in a Marvel series with Thor, and she was also
Natalie Portman.
in a Natalie Portman, Black Swan. All right. 4-4. It comes down to this. How old today, Moose, is Natalie Portman?
Natalie Portman is 51.
51, no.
Natalie Portman is 49.
45. You guys are rude. All right, that'll do. We got to go to break. We have the Abrahamsons waiting for us. So let's get to the break, and we'll be back in a moment. It's 12:33. We're taking our break, and then we're coming right back. We're talking Bryant Hoops with you and you, not you. Stick around, all right? We're going to take a break. We are at the summer shootout here in Conway, and state champion coach and player join us on the other side of the break. See how they're spending their summertime in addition to playing here today. I'm going to ask Mason what kind of NIL deals he's getting offered as a I think he'll be a junior next year, so we'll see what he's got to offer us here as far as information. He'll probably be like, none of your business. I will tell you, if you like soccer, guess what? World Cup starts this week, kids. And as somebody pointed out again today, Phil, on our live fan feedback through our Listen Live button, brought to you by Rainbow Restoration, fastest growing sport and the most popular. Anyway.
I think it's just the most popular.
Well, they said it's fastest growing, too. If you want to wager on it, you can take that up with them. But if you want to wager on the actual World Cup, utilize my friends at FanDuel and Oaklawn Sports. And right now they're doing this really cool deal. Every goal pays. Go to FanDuel, and you can bet on a match and get bonus bets for every goal scored in that match. More goals, more bonus bets. All you have to do is turn on your token. FanDuel.com/Arkansas. Get started now. Let there be goals on FanDuel. Turn on your token. FanDuel, in partnership with Oaklawn Sports, has you taken care of if you're trying to get down on the World Cup, and Zach will join us Thursday to tell us all about all the ways. Opt-in required, and you must apply your bonus token, and you can see all the terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. We're back after this.
If you don't already have the Bet Saracen Sports Wager app, download it today from the app stores or go to betsaracen.com. Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports betting app.
This is SportsCenter.
In the NBA Finals last night, the San Antonio Spurs were able to claw one back in New York against the Knicks, winning Game 3 115-111. The Spurs ended New York's winning streak at 13 games, handing the Knicks their first loss since April. Victor Wembanyama led the way for San Antonio with 32 points, including 10 in the fourth quarter, 8 rebounds and 6 assists, along with 2 steals and 3 blocks. He was one of 6 Spurs in double figures and became the second youngest player ever with a 35-5 stat line or better in an NBA Finals game. The Knicks now lead the series 2-1, and Game 4 is in New York tomorrow night at 7:30 on ABC. And on the ice in the NHL, Stanley Cup Final Game 4 is tonight between the Carolina Hurricanes and Vegas Golden Knights. Vegas has a 2-1 series lead after a 5-4 double overtime win over the weekend. You can catch Game 4 in Vegas tonight at 7 on ABC. I'm Moose with the Buzz Radio Network.
Spring is a great time to reset. No packed gyms are feeling out of place. Just a clean, welcoming space where you can start at your own pace. 10 Fitness has everything you need to feel better after every workout without breaking the bank. You get tanning, recovery rooms, great equipment, and plenty of room to do your thing. With 24/7 access and everything you need to feel confident, getting back into your routine just got simpler. Join 10 Fitness for 10 cents for a limited time only.
You can't always see what's in the air, but dust, allergens, contaminants, even mold could be affecting your health. Learn about air quality testing at rainbowrestores.com. When the unthinkable happens, damage from smoke, water, fire, mold, or just poor air quality, let Rainbow Restoration fix your home or business. With their 24/7 rapid response, you'll get your life back on track fast. RainbowRestores.com. Rainbow Restoration. They restore, you recover. Services performed by an independently owned and operated franchise.
With many convenience and grocery stores moving to mostly self-checkout these days, nowhere is it easier to shop than at your local Family Market. Friendly staff give you the very best in customer service, including bagging all your items. And you can save inside the store and outside at the pumps with your Family Market rewards cards. Don't miss Big Mondays. Mid-grade gas for the price of regular and premium for the price of mid-grade. All of this can only be found at Family Market in Pangburn, Malvern, Shannon Hills, Mayflower, Hot Springs, and Worcester, with a second Hot Springs location coming soon. And if there's not a Family Market in your neighborhood, look again. One's coming.
This is Justin Acri. If shoulder or elbow pain is affecting your daily life, the fellowship-trained physicians at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health are here to help. They offer advanced care for injuries, arthritis, rotator cuff problems, and more, helping you feel better, move better, and get back to everyday life. Call 501-686-TOSH today to schedule your appointment. That's 501-686-8674. The doctor will see you now.
Welcome back to The Zone, live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs studio with your hosts, Justin Acri and Phil Elson.
It's from Arkansas. I hope it's good.
On 103.7 The Buzz.
I like that. All right, we're back here at the Ferris Center, and in just about 2 minutes, the Abrahamsons are going to head over to Conway High School for their next game as part of this basketball event that Central Arkansas is putting on for the first time ever. And so we are certainly thankful to be a part of it today. And by a part of it, I mean in attendance watching some high-level hoops here. It's the summer shootout, and we have our super hot Mike back, so that's cool. But anyway, Mike Abrahamson's the head coach at Bryant, celebrating a state championship with his son on the roster, which was pretty cool. And we were talking about Little Rock, the baseball program coach, and I mean, that was one of my favorite stories of the year so far. Watching you guys win a state title together was pretty neat, too. And there were some others. I think Farmington had the same situation, coach and daughter on the same team. May not be the last time they do that. But anyway, pretty cool year. How are y'all doing?
We're doing great. Thanks for having us on, guys. And, we're thrilled to be at this event. This is first class. This is awesome, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a new one. And I was talking to Coach Lewis from Central earlier about being able to play, right up the road from your campus. I mean, because you want to play in events like this, but a lot of times you have to travel a lot further away.
Yeah, Coach Shulman and staff, I mean, they targeted people that they wanted in schools and teams to be in here, and you get a balance of out-of-state teams. And, Coach Shulman's got, guys coaching all over the place. He used to coach, and so we're about to play a team that's right outside of Chattanooga. So, I mean, we don't get to do that very often. And usually when we do, we're the ones on the road.
Yeah.
So it's a really neat thing they got going on here.
Well, when I talked to you, it was right after the championship game, and so we didn't really get a chance to, I guess, maybe let it soak in. But it was such a cool deal, and you had a lot of guys that made a lot of plays. And Mason, obviously, you were a guy that had a pretty good night as part of that title game. But just if you would now that you've had a little time to sort of, marinate on it, just the experience of winning a state championship with your son on the roster.
It's really, it was surreal because I've got to stay, I'm the coach of the team, and so I can't be dad. Somewhere inside of me, I wanted to jump up and down and celebrate him, but you got to stay in the moment. And so, it's a trade-off, to be able to get to have that experience with him in that way. You miss out on cheering for him. But man, what a special night. I mean, we went back as a family and watched it the next day, and of course a lot of people have talked to us about it, and it was really cool for his family and his mom to be in the stands and watch that. Just a special moment for us.
Mason, were you able to appreciate the uniqueness of that experience in the moment, or have you thought about it a bunch since then?
Yeah. I mean, it comes across my mind like every day, but in the moment, I was realizing probably after my fourth 3 or so, and so I
lose count because there were so many that went in.
So just as it was going through the moments, and I was just filled with excitement, really, and it was crazy, honestly.
Yeah,
it was crazy to think about.
How were your nerves going into a state championship game as a sophomore?
I was nervous a little bit. Like, I was excited. Like, I don't really get nervous like that, but I was excited, and I'm excited for every game. And so that sort of nerves, I guess. But, I mean, I was also thinking, I'm 15 years old at the time, and I'm playing in my second state championship game, so I'm just blessed, really.
Yeah.
I was just thinking of, like, ways to calm myself, stuff like that. So, yeah.
What's a different team that you've got that's playing out here now than you won a state championship with? How did your role change in this new team that you have?
Well, we lost our 2 best players to UCA where we're at, and just going into that new role of, like, we talked about that yesterday, like, no one's going to replace CV and RJ. No one's going to replace what they did, but we all kind of got to do our own ways of filling their spots. And, like, I'm not going to go out and get 12 rebounds like RJ did, but if I get 3 more than I did last year and KD gets 3 more than he did last year, or Tiso gets 4 more, like, all just filling little roles and doing a little bit more than we did last year, trying to expand our game. And so with last year, I'm more like a, kind of stay on the perimeter, 3-point shooter. I'm trying to still shoot a lot of threes, but play off my shot.
Yeah.
And get in the lane a little bit more.
Sounds like a coach's son.
Does.
So, Coach, as far as we just talked about a couple of guys that are coming here and 2 really, really great players that were part of a pretty good run at Bryant. Can you talk to me a little bit about, we were talking earlier, I guess, with Wes Swift and some of the other coaches about NIL era and kind of helping guys through that. And as a head coach who's going to have more and more Division I guys, I mean, how do you help them sort of traverse those waters?
Well, number one, I'm always honest with them, and I'm willing to have difficult conversations with them if that's what it takes. And I think part of my role is to let them know that, unfortunately, people will lie to you, and unfortunately, there are some people out there that want their credit and they want their angle, and so we need to find the people that want the best for you. And we need to find the people that are going to be honest with you, and you need to go earn opportunities and not look for people to just give you stuff. As far as CB and RJ go, we're just thrilled to send them off here because I really believe in Coach Shulman and what he's doing here. And so, we have RJ Newton already on the roster, and we had Cameron Hunter here, and it's been a great pipeline for us, but it makes it so much better knowing that they're in the hands of someone like Coach Shulman and the whole staff, Max and Brock and Ryan and those guys, that they're in good hands and they're going to be well taken care of, and that the staff really cares about them and doesn't just want something from them.
Yeah.
And so that's been a blessing.
Yeah.
It really has.
Well, we need to get an express train between Bryant and Conway because the football team has been helped out by a lot of Bryant Town over the years as well, so it's certainly been a good relationship. All right, you guys have a game in 15 minutes, so we're going to let you get out of here.
Appreciate it.
Make that 5-minute drive over to Conway. I appreciate you all. Congrats again on the state title, and good luck through the rest of the summer and next year.
Well, thank you so much for having us. Really cool. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Phil.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Good luck today. Thank you.
Mason, go make about 7 threes today, buddy.
That'd be great.
Good luck.
That'd be wonderful.
All right, we're going to let me get this call from Billy, and then we'll hit a break. We'll come back. What's on tap? And we're going to try to get some camp info. Billy, I'm sorry I couldn't get to you faster. My apologies. But call back if you can. I know that, dude. All right, we're going to hit a break. It's 12:46. What's on tap after the break? We'll check in with Wes Moore on Out of Bounds. Sorry, we're doing 3 things here at once. And here comes John Shulman. Yep. We'll talk to him about some camp info. Not for this camp, but for youth camp. If you want to get your kids in a basketball camp this summer, Coach will have some details. Got to hit a break as we do. GuatneyChevrolet.com is the website, and the location, of course, Jacksonville, Arkansas, if you are looking for a deal on a vehicle. And we had James on yesterday talking about 0% financing on Silverados for qualified buyers. That is incredible, folks. And in this day and age, you don't find 0% very often, but that's what they're offering. Again, even if you're like, I'm on the fence, SUV, just maybe like a sedan, maybe I want a truck. 0% maybe talk you into a little bit. But Silverado is obviously the gold standard when it comes to trucks at Guatney Chevrolet and the Chevrolet family. So go see our friends over there. Let them have a shot. They'll take care of you on your trade and treat you like family in the process, too. They've been doing it since 1957. And the entire selection, again, of vehicles of all sorts online at GuatneyChevrolet.com. You make The Quick Trip, they will make it worth your while and help you on financing as well, not only on Silverados, but everything else in the lineup. It is Guadney Chevrolet, TP White Drive in Jacksonville, right off the James Street exit. If you're heading north from the capital city, go see our friends over there, and you'll be glad you did.
Welcome to Moe's. Everyone knows that coming into Moe's for our Mo Monday special is the best deal in burritos. But what about those other 6 days? Well, let me introduce the new Mo Value Meal. Junior burrito, side of queso, chips, salsa, and a fountain drink for only $9.99. And the best part? It's available all day, every day at Moe's Southwest Grill. Now here's my daughter Andy Kate with a special reminder.
Remember, kids eat free on Sundays. Welcome to Moe's.
We got the big deals,
People have always asked me how we get such great inventory. Here at Alcoa Road in Benton, the Big Lot, Chris Crane, Dodge Jeep Ram.
It's simple. We use the latest technology to scour auctions across the country to bring us the best of the best. This month only, we're doing sales tax paid on every pre-owned vehicle here at the Big Lot.
Sales tax paid?
Sales tax paid at the Big Lot. Chris Crane, Dodge Jeep Ram on Alcoa Road in Benton.
FanDuel, in partnership with Oaklawn Sports, is now available in Arkansas. USA fans, this one's for you. FanDuel is dropping a USA Super Boost for the matchup against Paraguay, and it's one of the most exciting offers we've seen yet. Right now, all customers can win up to $25 if the USA records one or more shots in the match. That's right, just one shot. Not one goal, not multiple shots. Just one shot from the USA gets it done. Seriously, it's that simple. And with a team loaded with attacking talent, you'll be on the edge of your seat from the opening whistle, knowing that one moment could be all it takes to cash in. This is one of our biggest super boosts yet, and it's available for a limited time before kickoff. So get in on this huge super boost and make every minute of the match even more exciting. Visit FanDuel.com/Arkansas to get started now. Only on FanDuel. 21 up and present in Arkansas. Opt-in required. Must wager in designated offer market. Max wager is $25. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The Honda Ride Red and Save Green sales event is happening at Honda Russellville. Get more done with a Pioneer 700 or 1000 side-by-side. Swing a leg over a dependable 4Trax Rancher ATV. Take your crew in a 4-seat Pioneer 704 or 5-seat Pioneer 1005. Bonus bucks on select models plus low-rate financing for qualified buyers. Visit HondaRussellville.com.
For your safety, read the owner's manual and wear a helmet and eye protection. Always wear your seatbelt and close the side vents and doors when operating a side-by-side. Honda side-by-sides and ATVs are for riders 16 and older.
Do you feel that, Arkansas? The Lotto jackpot is now more than $1 million. Why should you care? Because this $1 million+ prize can only be won in Arkansas. There are 2 Lotto drawings every week, and the jackpot keeps growing until there's a winner. Join the fun and play Lotto today. A $2 ticket could change your life. Get yours in stores today. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
You're listening to The Zone, Arkansas's longest-running midday sports talk show with Justin Acri, Bill Elson, and Moose.
Google us! We are magnificent.
On 103.7 The Buzz. What's on tap? Highlighting the biggest sporting events each day is brought to you by Flyway Brewing. With locations in Argenta, Breckenridge Village, Memphis, and Fayetteville. For more info, go to flywaybrewing.com. Fresh beer starts there. Follow the migration.
Yes, do that. All right, we are up against it, and what's on tap is in a pile of papers that I do not have with me somewhere. I will say this, there's going to be hockey tonight. Moose, tell them all about it. Aren't you excited?
Game 4. It's been an awesome series. Vegas leads 2-1. You got Game 4 tonight. You've had 1-goal games, each one. First one was 5-4 in regular, and then in regular time, and then we had OT in Game 2 and double OT in Game 3. So it's been an incredible Stanley Cup final.
Yankees in Cleveland on TBS tonight. St. Louis and the Mets on Cardinals television and on Major League Baseball Network. Milwaukee at the Athletics. Let's go whatever town we associate with the Athletics right now. There's a WNBA game tonight at 6 on ESPN, and that game is at 7 o'clock on ABC. There's also soccer on ESPN. I'm assuming, when's the World Cup officially start?
I don't know.
Is Argentina and Iceland an official game? I don't know. It's at 8 o'clock
No.
on ESPN, so it must be somewhat meaningful.
It is not. It is
Are
not.
they doing friendlies this week?
Yeah, they're still doing friendlies,
Okay.
getting ready, yeah.
Okay.
Iceland's
Are you
not
impressed
in it,
that
I don't think.
Okay. Are you impressed that I know what a friendly is?
I'll count that.
First matches are Thursday.
Okay. Today's the 9th, and on the Buzz we've got Travelers over on Buzz 2, 6:20 pregame, and the Wild Side with Trey Reed and Mark Hedrick. I think he's been hanging out in Mexico fishing. I don't know if he's back yet or not. All right, John Shulman for just a couple minutes, and we'll talk to Wes. Coach, thanks for having us today. Really cool event, and talking to the coaches, they are over the moon about having this level of competition this close to their campuses in state. So it's been really cool. We just saw one of the best teams in the country take the court in Bartlett, so that was pretty neat as well. Kids camp's coming up, though. I wanted to mention that for youngsters who want to be a part of it, or parents who want to get their youngsters involved. And you got some as soon as next week, right?
Yeah, we go June 15th through the 18th next week, and it's just 9 to 12, and then we go July 13th through the 16th. I'm probably one of the only head Division I basketball coaches who actually runs their own camp. And so I am a kid at heart, as you know, and I love camp, and we have a blast, and it's just not daycare. We actually teach them the fundamentals of the game, and we take that very serious. And so that's next week, and then we do have one in July. We got a couple more. We got 3 elite camps coming up the rest of the summer. Very relaxing summer. You know, it's what we do. We coach and we recruit, and we got camps, and we have a good time.
UCAMBBsummercamps.com. UCAMBBsummercamps.com. 15th through the 18th next week, 13th through the 16th of July, and then the elite camp coming up June 20th and August 29th, and there are varying fees. All the information online is for boys and girls for the Future Bears camp as well, 1st through 8th grade, if you want to take advantage of that. So, well done. You guys, inaugural events are hard to pull off. You guys act like you've been doing this for years and years. So.
Well, listen, we love camp. Team camps are important. I just tell you this. As the day goes further, the games are going to get really, really competitive. And so we're now starting at 1 o'clock. We're starting the quarterfinal games, and then we'll play the semis, and then, championship game tonight at 6 o'clock. And so it's going to be a lot of fun as the day goes forward, and we're going to see really good players and teams. And but really appreciate y'all coming out. I know you're a busy man. You got many places to be at, so I appreciate y'all being out here.
This team back here looks legit.
Yeah, that's Bartlett. They're nasty.
Yeah, they were top 10 in the country last year, but that's what we wanted. We wanted Tennessee versus Arkansas teams, because you don't want to keep playing the same people over and over in the summer that you're going to play in the regular season.
And some Oklahoma schools over here too.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's just going to grow from here. I'm just going to tell you this. You got Jamie Jones in here with the officials. You got KB Hudson doing the officials for us. You got Don Daly. You got a Final Four official in the practice facility at Central Arkansas evaluating and helping young officials. So
That's cool.
it's a very unique setting, and you got a bunch of different things going on, and so far so good. It's been a great day.
You'll appreciate this. We were talking about the mess over at Texas Tech. Piggy Smalls says, to quote Bobby Knight, to call the NCAA a Mickey Mouse organization would be an insult to Mickey Mouse. At this point, hard to argue. Coach, you can sit that one out if you want to.
I'm going to.
Let's check in with Wes Moore back in the studio and find out what's coming up next on Out of Bounds.
We will as soon as he walks in, but he's
Let
not
me
here
know.
yet. I will.
I feel like, can we get Coach Shulman on Bobby Knight's game face instead? Can we do the game face thing?
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
But he did the whole thing. What's a game face? And he did the whole goofy game. You've
No,
seen him.
I don't do that. I don't do Gundy. I'm a man. I'm 40. I'm a man. I don't do that one. I don't do practice.
You got your own routines.
No,
your own
really.
material.
I got a face made for radio, so it's all good.
From some folks here on our text line. Just interrupt me, Moose, when Wes gets there. Phil, we're going to have to talk about the way we operate here.
What's that?
Because you start answering these things, and then I can't read them on the air. So you're doing the right thing, but we got to figure out a better system. Guys who can enforce any rules at a college level now, it's utter chaos. The NCAA is toothless, I like that term, and kind of uninterested in anything except their basketball tournament. Do we just need a lobby for a G League for 18 to 22-year-olds? I think there is one. For football at this point? Oh, not for football there isn't. That's a good idea. I'm sick of greed and chaos. You know what? I'm with you.
I don't know if it's a matter that the NCAA doesn't care. They just they for so long just didn't wouldn't relax some certain things that might have led to maybe having something that makes sense right now.
Yeah, but they were the parent that their kids never talked back.
Yeah.
And now kids are starting to talk back. And now the colleges, we're talking back to the NCAA. That was taboo. You didn't even fool with the NCAA. That was scary. And now people aren't scared anymore. And now it's just like the world that we live in.
Speaking of scary, have you met Wes Moore? He's in the studio, Coach. Wes, what's up?
Coach, I'm 55. I still got some eligibility. I can help you down low.
Well, now it's legal to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you played for the Celtics, just come on, join us.
I'll be there.
You need a 6'4" postman with an attitude?
No.
Okay.
But I appreciate the effort.
What's up, Wes?
Coming up on the show today, we got Matt Jones, WholeHogSports.com, talk a little bit about the portal for the Razorback baseball team. Coach Z at 210, talking some Razorback basketball. And, of course, they've got a 6'11" guy visiting campus right now, an official visit. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Shea Hall. And Kyle Sutherland at 2:30. We'll talk about the softball team losing their shortstop. That was a little bit of a surprise. Yeah. So big show coming up next on Out of Bounds.
I'll stay tuned. Keep me entertained. I got to drive back from Conway. All right, that's going to do it, Coach. Thanks for having us. Adios.
All right, thank you. Take care. Appreciate it.
All right, good job, Moose. Good to have you back. Phil, great work. And we're in the studio tomorrow with Big Joe Klein and maybe some Corky's barbecue. Who knows?
Walk straight. What's that?
Oh,
Hopefully he can walk.
I don't care about his back. If he can cook, that's all I need. Food. Yes. Thank you. Adios, amigos.
Hi, this is Quinn Grover. When you need expert health care, UAMS Health is here for you. From cancer and heart care to neurology, obstetrics, orthopedics, and more, UAMS Health provides advanced care across a wide range of specialties, backed by research, innovation, education, and a commitment to improving lives. That's care you can trust. From UAMS Health, the official orthopedics and sports medicine provider for Razorback Athletics. For appointments, call 501-686-8000.
It's a declaration of savings at Bradford Marine and ATV locations during the Great American Boat Sale.